Warning. This show contains content intended for adult audiences. The language is crass at best and downright insulting most of the time. This is all made for the sake of comedy and poor sophomoric taste. The skits are parodies, and any similarity to real people or stories is purely coincidental. Any insults hurled at any one human is made in jest. We're just covering our bases for when one of you skins your knee on an internet insult. We love you. Again, this is all a joke, whether you laugh or not. Not just the show, but this waking existence. The great cosmic giggle. Try not to take it seriously.
15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. We have a liftoff. Liftoff on Apollo.
Now, I'm sure that most of you know the old story about the astronaut who went far out into space and was asked on his return whether he had been to heaven and seen God. And he said yes, he said yes, he said yes.
Greetings, ladies, gentlemen, non-binaries, and sentient artificial intelligence. Join us on this journey to find the others. Because no matter where we find ourselves in this multiverse, the act of existing is all too familiar.
Guys? Is anybody out there? Hello?
The mushroom has a tremendous problem-solving ability.
Herb is a plant. Herbs are good for everything.
As we look across this great expanse and stare at the stars, we can't help but be reminded these lights, though we're seeing them all at the same time, happen across a multi-billion-year delta. Some of those fires burned millions of years ago, some billions, but all of them happened so we can experience them in this one singular moment.
They called us scouts. They called us seekers. They called us Hoosier. But we were destined to question everything.
I don't know about you, but as for me, the question has already been answered. Should we be here? Yes.
It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Question all the things that you know. Steve likes the weed. Steve likes the weed. By DMT. The DMT. Hoosier Sophisticate Show. The Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Hoosiers with the drink. Sophisticated blasphemy. It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Question all the things that you know. So let's set our minds free for the singularity. It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. The Hoosier Sophisticate Show.
is legit history going on here, guys.
Hey, you're tattooed with it.
Cannabis toast. Yes. A toast to the smokers, the dabbers, the dealers, blunts up for the tokers, the laughers, the healers. A toast to the flowers, the crystals, the keef, the shatters, the sugars, live resin, the leaf, the terpenes and tinctures, the waxes, the weed, the edibles, the eighths, OG Kush and Blue Dream. Medicine helps too much to list 'em. Does your doctor know the endocannabinoid system? THC, CBD, just a part of the plant, doing some work pharmaceuticals can't. So a toast to the patients, the growers, the vets, our moms and our dads, brothers, sisters, and pets. And what about our kids with seizures unlivable? Doesn't make sense to turn their parents to criminals. And let's not forget our brave first responders, PTSD, what they've seen, and thoughts left to ponder. So in November, let's stand up and do what we need. Let's all lift our voices and yell, "Free the weed!" Yes on two, everybody.
See, I didn't even hear that before, and I knew exactly what you were going to say at the end. That's so great, man.
Oh,
I got a little bit of tear going in my eye.
Oh, good, buddy. I'll give you
that's my guy. That's my guy.
I'm glad you're proud of me. I'm actually, I'm disgusted with myself. How happy that makes me feel.
But everybody has some kind of untreated trauma. There's a lot of people who are trying to medicate that trauma into oblivion, who get addicted to things like heroin and end up overdosing. And truthfully, addiction is just suicide on an installment plan.
Guys, I'm going to pivot here real quick.
Well, yeah, let's.
I'm going to pivot here real quick because
the
we do have
mechanism.
a big event coming up. We've talked about From Shock to Awe at length. We've got some tickets for sale still. Sam, I hope you come out Wednesday the 23rd. If you're not gigging, we hope you come out and check this movie out. But on the Tower Classic Tattooing and Parlor STL phone lines, we have our man Matt Call joining the show. Matt, what's happening, my brother?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
We're doing great, man. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, man, it's good to be on.
We got a little St. Louis premiere From Shock to Awe next Wednesday, and just kind of want to give people a little bit of taste. We've had you on the show before back in August, I believe it was, and that was right when you guys were kind of wrapping everything up and getting ready to go do the world premiere. So for our guests that are going that don't necessarily know much about plant medicines and entheogens, and we're trying to get as many veterans and first responders and people that suffer from PTSD and depression and anxiety and addiction. We're trying to get a cacophony of people that maybe don't really know that psychedelics can be used as a medicine in a controlled setting. We want to give them a little taste of what you experienced. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience?
Well, yeah, I started down this journey honestly when I tried cannabis instead of pharmaceuticals back in 2013. I was on a ton of pharmaceuticals like a lot of veterans are, and I tried to get off them with the help of cannabis. And of course, cannabis is really just the tip of the spear when it comes to plant medicines. There's so many other Schedule I medicines that help human health, especially mental health. And I started exploring things like ayahuasca and peyote, iboga, mushrooms, and MDMA. All of these were recorded in this movie, From Shock to Awe. Not every different plant medicine experience, but some of them were. The ayahuasca and MDMA, and of course cannabis. Yeah, like you mentioned, we released that on November 12th of last year, and it was released in 25 cities nationwide, and 10 locations sold out. An award at Illuminate Film Festival in Sedona, Arizona for it's the Mangarama Conscious Film Award, and then at the New York Psychedelic Film and Music Festival, it won Best Documentary.
Beautiful.
So it seems like the reception has been very good, and I have high hopes. I'm really glad you guys are screening it there in St. Louis.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a good old time at the Tivoli. Hopefully, fill that thing up and try to create some. In my head, I have this thought that we're gonna fill it with first responders and veterans, and then they're gonna become teachers and kind of put the word out there that we can end the stigma. Have you seen that at all, like with any veteran friends or any first responder friends, where they have maybe partaken in some of these ceremonies and it drastically changes their outlook on life?
Absolutely. It seems like these substances really truly are life-changing, transformative experiences for a lot of people, not just veterans. Everybody has trauma. It's just a matter of whether it causes some kind of dysfunction in your life or not. But everybody has some kind of untreated trauma. There's a lot of people who are trying to medicate that trauma into oblivion, who get addicted to things like heroin and end up overdosing. And truthfully, addiction is just suicide on an installment plan. So it's really the exact same problem, and we're losing 121 individuals a day in society to suicide, 22 of which are veterans, and we lose 198 people a day to overdose. So that's like 320 people a day who are dying because of untreated trauma alone. But yeah, it seems to completely transform people's lives when they choose to undertake these experiences. And I've seen it a lot in veterans, and it's kind of amazing how many people come out of the woodwork. Like I'm out there, I'm talking about my own experiences, and people just come up to me and say, I've never really been able to tell anybody about this, but I've tried psychedelics too, and they have changed my life for the better.
Have you seen the stigma come down at all, over the last few years? Because, we kind of see it here that, obviously cannabis is now legalized, but, we're seeing Denver for psilocybin, Oregon's doing big things. In Colorado, have you kind of seen the stigma go down, or do you still feel like it's there and big as ever?
I think there's definitely a stigma still, but I definitely think that the stigma is changing and shifting, and I don't think it's nearly as big of an issue as it used to be. The Denver for psilocybin movement, we actually submitted signatures, over 9,000 signatures. We only needed 5,000, but we got some extra. Submitted 9,000 signatures just a few weeks ago, and they did some preliminary polls, and they were actually calling people at home on a landline. And I mean, how many people have landlines today?
Right.
I mean, not very many people. It's pretty much a bunch of old people. And to our surprise, over 40% of the respondents thought that it was a good idea to decriminalize psilocybin. So, and that's, we haven't even done any kind of like voter education or anything like that yet. So that's pretty good numbers right off the bat.
That's awesome. We actually had Kevin from Decrim Denver on here, and from what I understand, this is just a movement to just decriminalize the possession and maybe if you get caught with psilocybin mushrooms, you're not a criminal. Am I understanding that right? It's not necessarily like a legalization effort or a way to open a dispensary to dispense this medicine. It's just more, hey, if you're in possession of it, we're not going to throw you in a cage. Am I correct in assuming that?
Yeah, that's totally correct. All it does is remove law enforcement's ability to be able to prosecute these crimes by limiting their budgets for it. And it also obviates the individual from being subject to prosecution as a result of possessing psilocybin mushrooms or cultivating them. It actually allows personal cultivation too.
That's awesome.
I want to talk a little bit more about From Shock to Awe. January 23rd, coming to the Tivoli, Wednesday, January 23rd. Now, there's a scene in the trailer where it's like night vision, and you can tell you guys are having quite the experience out there. Can you kind of describe what some of the ceremonies were like? What kind of take us through that a little bit without giving away too much?
Yeah, sure. Honestly, in a lot of ways, it glosses over some of the specifics of the ceremonies because the important message is what happens in our lives over the course of a couple of years as a result of these ceremonies. So a lot of the specifics are left out, but absolutely, The very first ceremony I went into, I didn't really know what to expect. I had never done ayahuasca before. This is completely outside the box. And I showed up and I went for it 100%. I ended up taking 4 cups that very first night. And even after the 4th cup, I was just kind of sitting there squirming a little bit. And I didn't feel much effect from it or anything, just like a little bit of uncomfortability. And, I just like my stomach felt a little bit uncomfortable, and I just kept shifting my position. And, I kept having like these strange, looks come over my face as I'm like trying to choke it back down. But eventually he came by and he shook some palm fronds that had been sprinkled with holy water around my head, and there was some there was something about the sound and the sensation of the holy water touching my head that caused me, it all came up. And I grabbed the bucket and I puked extremely heartily. And it felt like years and years and years of hate and rage and just ugliness came up and deposited itself in the bottom of that bucket. And I just kind of sat there like a wet rag afterwards, just limp. And I had my head resting on the rim of the bowl or the rim of the bucket. And I could see the light of the fire through the bucket. And it was just this black goo down there that had come out of my body, all this stuff. And it looked to me at that moment like it was like a demon or something, and it was like angry and ugly and hateful. And I realized that I had put that demon inside myself. I'm the one that did that. I took this thing and I buried it deep down inside myself. And, that it had been struggling with me in an attempt to get out. And I'm desperately trying to hold on to this thing. And I had to ask, why? Why are you trying to hold on to this thing? Why are you trying to stuff it down? Why are you trying to lock it away? All it's doing is hurting you. And I realized that I hadn't just done that to myself, but I'd done that to the demon too. I had wronged that demon. And
Wow.
I had to apologize, not just to myself, but I had to apologize to the demon too for doing that to it, for imprisoning it and causing it to fight me. And I asked it, I said, can you forgive me? And it just said, forgive yourself. And I stood up then and I said, is it really that easy? And it said, yes, just let go. And I said, okay. And truly after that, I really did start to let all of the baggage and the burdens that I'd carried around for years and years and years, I started to let those things go. And it didn't happen overnight, but it did happen over the course of many months. And I'm no longer the same person I used to be. I'm completely different. I look at that person in the movie and I almost don't even recognize him. I was like, wow, who the hell is that? And it's almost like all of that stuff happened to someone else, like in a different reality somewhere else. And I'm so different now that I can only really imagine what it was like back then. Even though the memories are so fresh, it seems like a dream.
Man, when you hear somebody else kind of try to put the experience into words, there's some recall there with my own personal experiences with it. And I actually found myself envying everybody in the room that I participated in ceremony with, because they all spoke about this purge afterwards. I've had 2 experiences with it, and my purge doesn't come out that way. Mine goes out the exit door. And everybody was talking about how it felt like they were literally purging demons. They were throwing up demons. And even, so many of them said it was almost like
their uvula was a clitoris. It was almost orgasmic for them to throw up like that. And I'm
Yours
like,
isn't?
and I'm like, and I, you know, and so I found myself envying people that were having like really rough goes and vomiting and everything. I'm like,
I love the purge, man.
No,
I'm
yeah,
a
it's
big fan.
very interesting how those purges go. Matt, we don't have a ton of time. We just wanted to bring you on to really get some excitement going. We've got about 3/4 of the room filled. We're trying to get as many veterans, and we're trying to show them guys like you who were, you know, two hardened combat veterans who saw it all, who've done some really hard things in the name of the Call of Duty, and see how these different substances have helped you know, increase happiness in your life and change your life for the better. We appreciate you coming on, man. I could talk to you about this for hours. I hope we get to meet soon. Thank you so much for joining us. Do you want to leave our fans with anything? You got anything else coming up? I think I saw you guys have maybe like a show coming up. I don't know if I'm speaking out of turn, but like a cannabis show. Am I right? I saw something on Facebook.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was approached by the Veterans Channel to be a host for their 1620 medical cannabis docuseries, which, you know, as I'm sure some people know out there, but not everyone. 1620 is 420 in military time. So it is the chronicle of how people heal in various different locations. So far, we've been to Colorado and we've been to Oregon, and I recently went out to Pittsburgh. We talked to some people out there, veterans from all walks of life, just asking the basic question, how do you heal? And seeing what comes out. We've found people everywhere from paragliding or parasailing and rock climbing, whitewater rafting, surfing, skiing, snowboarding, skydiving. You got to find something that fills up your life afterwards, after the trauma of war. And it's different for everyone. Everyone has a different combination of medicines that they use. And the fact is life is the best medicine. All of the plant medicines, they help, but life is the best medicine. And the great thing about life is you can always increase the dose.
Man, we appreciate you so much coming on. Thanks for putting things in perspective. Thanks for coming home, and thanks for making it a better place with your story, man. You're going to help us remove the stigma and I think change the world, make it a better place. We appreciate you taking some time out of your day, brother.
That's what I hope for. I thank you for having me on.
You got it, buddy.
Right. Thanks, Matt.
Matt Call.
Woo! That
From
was
shock to awe.
a heck of a story right there.
He's
big
my
boy.
guy. I'm so excited about this event, guys. Get your tickets. They're still available. Tug.com, TUGG.com. Go to the Hoosier Sophisticate page on Facebook. There's a link to buy tickets. There are some that we have to donate to some veterans, first responders, people that are depressed. I saw a guy yesterday that was just, somebody posted a meme about a depression scale, 1 to 10. And this guy's like, I'm a 13. And I'm like, I've got a ticket for you. If you're in the St. Louis area, I want you to come out. So if you're that person, if you're trapped in your head and your thoughts in a nightmarish reality, come spend a Wednesday with us. We'll have a good time, have a little popcorn, check this thing out. Have a little popcorn. Come on out to the Tivoli Theater January 23rd.
We should do ayahuasca commercials like they do pharmaceutical commercials. You know, like pharmaceutical
side effects may include an incredibly unbelievable magical life.
And then the demon comes out. The demon's like, I recommend it. You know what I mean? He set me free. What a thought. You always think the demon is bad and trying to hold on to you.
Yep.
When you flip it to say, oh, no, the demon's just playing its role. It wants to be away from you as much as you want it away from it. You've been imprisoning the demon. Oh, my God.
I'm just going to change my streaming pick on the fly, building on that. Guys, let's jump to a quick break. We'll come back with Sam Lyons, tell some jokes. Tell some jokes, jokey joke, man. No, we got Sam on the other side of the break. This is Hoosier Sophisticate on WGNU, 9:20 a.m. We'll catch you on the other side.
Love you.
16 contestants from around the world compete in a combat-style tourney where the winner gets a chance to take on reigning master gaffer Jason Long of Sweet Leaf Emporium in Farmington, Missouri. This is the Great Big Blow. Let's meet this week's contestants.
Hello, Sergey Santa Monica. I come from Georgia. I am glassblower. I am based glassblower in Olive Land. I like Disneyland. I like Lunchables. And I also like blowing the glass. Because when I blow glass, it's like all of the pain inside of me goes through tube, comes out other end, is very strong, but at other end is sometimes vulnerable. And when the glass breaks on the other end, you go, which is, you know, it's just her soul leaving her body. Boris! Yes, hello down there. Yes, I'm blowing the glass. My favorite bands are Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blink 182, all the small things, truth tells, truth seems. Yes, you know the tune. I enjoy eating Lunchables. Nacho Lunchables are my favorite. Hello, I'm Sergey. I'm off to the glass blowing competition. As you can see now, I live in beautiful San Francisco. Behind me, yes, right behind me is the Full House house. Yes, Danny Tanner house where Danny Tanner live. House where Uncle Jesse have nice hair inside house. Lot of weird things with Kimmy Gibbler going on next door. One of my favorite shows brought me most joy in Georgia. We are waiting for final season now. Final season should be out here in the next 4 to 5 years. I don't actually live in one of the houses. I live in the park. Here, glass blowing is not as, how do you say, lucrative as one might think. I'm poor. I eat trash from the dumpster. I like to eat hot dog on stick. I like to enjoy in American freedoms, like swimming at the beach, volleyball, and rollerblading. I like to do all such things such as that. Hello, this is my dog Vladimir. Sit! Good boy! Hey! Sit! Boy! Good!
Hey, how's it going, bud? I'm Hyler Howe from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, eh? You know, besides being known as the best glassblower here in the Great White North, I also make the meanest and choicest poutine this side of the Frenchies, bud. Other things I'm interested in besides blowing the glass around is I'm a big champion moose caller. I have done this before. I don't recommend anybody just do this on their own. Make sure that you have a good, fine-hearted Canadian with you when you're going to do it. I don't like doing this so close to home. I'm so good at it, I'm afraid I'm going to call a beast out of the woods. Okay, here we go. Oh, you know, sometimes I come down here, I think about the next little great glass blow that I'm going to do. Hey, you know, back there in the woodshed is where I do most of my glass blowing, bud. Just this past year, I blew hockey sticks for the All-Sasky line for the St. Louis Blues. Old Hyler's got his own Howe hat trick. I try to take 3 different broads into the airstream here, bud. Some say that a Howe hat trick is a goal, a fight, and an assist, eh? I say the old Howe hat trick is 1 in the goose, 1 in the moose, and 1 in the poos, eh? How's the water today, bud? Pretty cold, eh? The muskie's hidden. All right, bud. Hey, look, we want everybody to know that they're welcome up here in the Great White North. You know, I know we get the reputation for being some really kind, gentle people, but I want to tell you something, bud. Like, this place is no joke, okay? You come up in here into Saskatchewan, you're not ready to fight a bear with your bare knuckles. You got another thing coming, bud. Oh, I want to show you guys all the beautiful parts of Saskatchewan. The fishing up here is great. You pull these fish out of the water, you have to keep your head on a swivel, because those bears will come out of the wood. They'll fight you for your fish. Okay, you could just be walking around trying to take in all of these nice little conifer trees here, and next thing you know, you got a little cow moose coming trampling towards you. She'll stomp you in the ground, bud. Hey, little moose, you better run, bud. Old grizzly coming to get you. Bear's a hoser, bud.
let's take a look behind the scenes at a sales meeting over at Kashmir Cannabis, the world's finest premier luxury medicinal marijuana company that cares about patients. We join the meeting already in progress.
Kashmir Cannabis is open for business, and business is booming. Now, you all know my time is very valuable, so let's make this quick. We need to discuss how we're going to keep milking these stoners by pretending we relate to them. Corbin, how are we going to relate to these dopers?
Well, sir, if our research has told us anything, it's that potheads love two things most: Bob Marley and Cheech and Chong. Okay, I guess that's three things. But the point is, our Insta posts asking, what Bob Marley song are y'all chiefing on Rasta Irie Vibration Ya, are off the charts with analytics and engagement. In the next quarter, we're shifting some funds to Willie Nelson and Snoop Dogg posts on TikTok, and we expect a very positive return on investment.
I love that idea, Corbin. Keep up the good work. Leighton, baby, what are you working on to capitalize on those hempos?
It's blatant, sir.
I'll bet it is, Sugar Tits. Listen, we're here to make a little bit of money, not correct what your name is. I'll call you Boo Boo if I want to. Let's go.
I'm also the head of HR. That stands for how randy you're making me right now. Anyway, I've been figuring out a way to win the hearts and minds of minorities and poor people disproportionately affected by the war on drugs. And I found this meme of a fist with words like solidarity and freedom and justice, just buzzwords that make people feel all warm and fuzzy without having any actual meaning. It'll be great.
Brains and boobies, girl. Well done, Leighton. Hey, Joe, tell me what we're going to do to keep cashing checks on all these Keef sniffers.
Well, sir, I've been working hard on a program to get affordable RSO, Rick Simpson oil, and high-quality homegrown flowers to patients. Education, Rick Simpson oil, and growing a home should be at the forefront of our marketing campaigns. We need to try to rebuild the communities and the families that the war on drugs...
Whoa, easy there, Mother Teresa. I'm trying to cash checks on dopers. I'm not trying to run a Salvation Army.
Well, that's the thing. There won't be insane profits, but we'll all be able to live really comfortably.
Hey, sir, my name is Declan. I know how to make some money for you. I'm just here to take notes, but I know a way to get rid of your shitty weed and make a ton of money, man.
I'm listening.
May I introduce the $23 pre-roll, man?
Hey, let's try this again. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and how are you? A couple of skits to start out the day, a conversation we had with Matt Kale. I butchered his name a good... We're live, pal. I butchered his name a couple hundred times in that interview, but have since hung out with Matt a few times. Had a wonderful time. If you have not had the opportunity... We're live.
We live, you little farting mouth guy?
We're live.
Look at that.
Look at that. It's great. I love it. If you haven't had the chance to watch the documentary From Shock to Awe, I highly encourage you do that.
Where's the camera? Oh, that's right.
From Shock to Awe features a couple of combat veterans, Matt Kale being one, Michael Cooley being the other. And one of the things that I think was the most eye-opening about the documentary in and of itself is not just, how psychedelics can potentially heal post-traumatic stress disorder, but also the people that we don't talk about whenever we talk about PTSD, which is their spouses and their families and the way that they're affected and the trauma that's attached to their experience being attached to someone who's suffering through these things. And so that interview was recorded about 2 years ago. That's where you can go. This was recorded about 2 years ago, and we had filled the entire theater, the Tivoli Theater, with nothing but veterans and first responders, and it was a really cool opportunity to kind of see who was out there. You know, because when we talk about Amendment 2, the one thing that everybody kind of beat their chest about and what we were going to do, this was coming from the, yeah, it's coming from my monitor. Yeah, it doesn't pick it up. It's fucking great, dude. Our studio's the shit. We passed this under the, you know, we're doing this to help the veterans. Well, all right, you know, hindsight's 2020. I think we did things with the best of inventions. Best of inventions and intentions. Yeah. I was looking at your auto asphyxiation invention there. We did this on the backs of veterans who needed our help. The warriors that both sides of the aisle seem to be able to agree to rally around. And the program has raised 8 figures, and they have dispersed a paltry $2 million to the Veterans Fund, whatever that even is. You know, this is, it's insulting. It's insulting what we ran on, what we said we were doing it for, and ultimately what we ended up getting out of it, or what we're getting out of it. We've been spending a little bit of time talking about Representative Shamed Dogan's bill. I'm a little disenchanted with a lot of the cannabis community right now and why they wouldn't be super excited about this. And hey, I've challenged everybody. Whatever the problems are with the bill, put them out there. Why wouldn't you want to vote for this? What are the things that make you unnecessarily cautious, wary of this bill? Because as it is right now, Article 14, it should be scrapped. That's where I'm living. We said we were doing it for veterans. It's never been about veterans. It's been about people lining up and starting their own luxury cannabis brands. And again, plenty of room for that. Good morning, Belinda. Happy Friday to you. Turn the mics up. We can turn the mics up. Hang on one second for me. How's that? A little better? Maybe I just need to get my face on it. Mic is not off. It is low, though. If I had a partner here that could be in the control room while we were working this. You in there, bud? I should be a little bit better. Just turn up on the H6, the one. It'll be coming through there fine. It's just coming through the feed there.
Okay, I'm on the headphones. It sounds great.
Yeah, it does. So that is better. That's
better.
How's that? Turn up on the H6 itself in mic port 1. Yep, all good, guys. We got a whole new studio, so if it's been hard to hear me,
It's probably a good thing. Am I right?
yeah, I'm just
It's
dogging
probably
on
a good
everybody.
thing. All right, we're better.
Everybody
Are we
hear me
at
now all
48
right? There we go.
48
We're good.
hertz?
I'm peaking. We're good. Everything's good. 48's good.
48 hertz is not legitimate.
Yeah, it's
48
okay.
kilohertz?
We're good.
Yes.
Think.
I don't know. We'll see.
44.1?
No.
48?
Yep.
Okay.
Don't play with
All right,
that.
I'm doing a show, Jason. I can't do this stuff all day long, okay? I got stuff to do.
Hey, buddy, I didn't want you to anyway. I want you to go back to work.
They say it's better.
I just got here anyway, so.
All right.
All right, I'll see you later.
Let's try this again. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for your patience as we've got this new control room and we've been miking up all of these different instruments so that we can start having some live concerts in here with some of the amazing musical talent that resides in the area, throughout the state, in our group. We're trying to make it sound a little bit more legit in here. So let's see. Could you repeat what you said the last 5 minutes? Absolutely, I can. I can give you the rundown. Talking to Matt Kale, that interview was 2 years ago. We, on the backs of veterans here in the state of Missouri, for the sake of veterans' health and mental health, we decided we were going to pass Amendment 2. And and we did it. And we did it. And now, hindsight's 20/20. So now we got to figure out how we want to pivot
going forward. We've been talking about Representative Shamed Dogan's legislation. I'm a little disenfranchised by the cannabis community, especially some larger cannabis organizations, who should, I think, be getting behind this legislation at the very least, to put forth the most all-encompassing language. What I think we need to do right now is identify the holes in the bill. What are the things that make you wary of potentially putting, of scrapping Article 14 as it reads right now in its entirety? What makes you wary of that in favor of this new bill that basically says possession and cultivation of cannabis should not be illegal, that it'll be completely removed from the Missouri Controlled Substances list?
Why does our government suck the biggest balls ever? Is that for me?
Yeah, pal.
Really?
Yeah.
I was going to roll my own.
Okay, cool. Here you go. Do that
We
too.
can do two.
I figured. You can do whatever you want. It's the best CBD going in the area.
Uh-oh.
I can turn the monitor down.
Steve's a little loud in his microphone. Everyone's so glad I got here. Everyone's glad I got here. This microphone was louder yesterday, remember?
Yeah, I got you, bud.
Hey guys, Steve's here. Everybody's having a good time, fun time now. Craig was talking about the bill. We were talking to our guy Jason yesterday, and he kind of made me aware of something that was, I thought the bill was all good, ready to go, but I say get rid of that 14% tax, bud. Get rid of that. You're not taxing me on cannabis. Sorry, you're not going to do it. You're not going to extra tax me on something you were wrong about for years and years and years. It's just not happening. It's not happening. I'm not doing it. I'm not giving you 14% extra money on, and like you were saying, you're like, well, you know, if it's 14% tax and it's still $15 ace, what about that? You know, which that's a way better situation. I'll guarantee that, sir. But I ain't trying to give the government a goddamn
Well, nobody is. Bud.
dime.
Nobody
extra.
is, bud. But guess what? When you die, you're going to give them extra. Your kids are going to have to.
Yeah, I know. So why do I have to give them extra on the weed thing?
You guys got to do it on everything because this is the government
weed.
you voted for.
No, I didn't vote. Remember? That's why I said. That's why I didn't vote. So I could say that I didn't vote. I didn't do it. I didn't exercise my right as a citizen. Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's why I did that.
That's fair. I know that shit.
I just think it's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, I do too.
That
Listen, it's a
that
concession.
when we voted for Amendment 2, they were like, "This is going into the
history books."
Yes, this
is
this
the
can
greatest
never
legislation.
be, and it can never be changed because we're making it part of the amendment. You know, like making it part of the Missouri Constitution. Wasn't that the fucking deal? Wasn't that the deal? How
It
we're
is.
amending it to the Constitution,
It is
and
amended
it can't
to
be.
it's Article 14. of
And
the
we
Constitution.
can't say, and they can just change it willy nilly whenever they want.
No, we would have to approve it again. So he can't change this. Like he can propose a change to it. And
This is not going to a vote, though, right?
It would. Yes.
Oh, so this all
So
should have voted. It's
what
not like
happens is
Illinois.
Right? No, it's not. This is
Okay.
not just so. What it is
Could we do
is
that?
he proposes an amendment to Article 14. So the amendment to Article 14 is basically it's a 6-page bill. I jerk off to 6-page bills. It's the fucking greatest
seen
thing we
it.
could ask for.
I've seen it.
Like this idea that like bills have to have all of these different fucking earmarks and people like it's ridiculous. It's 6 pages. It says, hey, you can possess and cultivate weed. It's not a crime.
But there's a Bobo attached to it, so I can't do anything. I can't. It's probably not good then. It's someone I don't like.
Because
attached
somebody
to it.
I don't like fucking put it
Attached to
to,
it.
or he's got a letter next to his name that I don't typically
no,
agree
no, no,
with.
no.
It's ridiculous.
I'm over this.
Well, and my thing is like I legitimately, I put it out there. Let's keep putting it out there to the community. Put the community on the money. Why don't you want to? Why wouldn't you want this bill to pass? It allows everybody in the industry. You know why I'm okay with 12% tax? Because it also allows for cultivation. It also allows for you to possess the way
As
that it
much as you
reads
want.
as much as you want. Now, I could see some potential pitfalls of it, and one of those is that one of the things I liked about Amendment 14 was like, hey, you live in a little conservative podunk municipality, they're not going to be able to take this right from you. You know, now they wouldn't be able to take your possession and cultivation, and so I'm kind of I'm in the middle as far as like whether or not you let. I mean, I believe the closer the government is to you, the more effective your voice is.
And so if a municipality says, hey, we don't want to allow, and Colorado's going through this, and I'm sure Kush Coach could chime in on this, but Colorado has plenty of municipalities that don't allow for recreational dispensaries or maybe even medical dispensaries. And so some
I
people
think when I went to Colorado Springs, it was medicinal
only. Yeah. Okay. So, and that's.
Which I was like, what the
I think that's probably okay too, as long as possession and cultivation.
Get rid of medicinal and recreational. Missouri's going to be the first state to go, hey, fucking
It's
dickheads. There's no difference between your black market, your green market, your fucking recreational, and your medicinal market. There's no difference. Here's the bill. We're going to make it even shorter. 4.5 pages. That'll really bone you up. We're going to make it even shorter.
Great.
We're going to get rid of the tax thing. We're going to say
one sentence. Weed is legal.
Weed is legal. Grow as much, gift as much, and if you want to open a business to sell it, here's the form. It says, I want to sell weed. Check box mark. Okay, cool. We can sell it here. Now, get off my ass. This is medicine. All the leaders in this, and if I have to see another fucking dumb social media post from another cultivator or dispensary in St. Louis, I'm going to smash my nutsack against this beautiful 300-year-old table, okay? I'm sure it won't be the first nutsack to be smashed on this hardwood. I'm sure it won't.
It's not.
I've seen stamps, what look like nutsack stamps all over the place.
I didn't want to tell you.
You didn't? Oh, my dude. You broke it in?
I broke it
in. Without me? You broke it in without me?
We got a whole plan. We got a whole plan, Jen and Miss. We got a whole plan for you guys.
So I want to be a leader. I want, not me personally, I want a Missouri to lead some of the way on this. Because we've got to see other states do it, man.
This is where I'm at.
You're right here.
Yesterday, there was some legislation introduced from a representative in Kansas City that reduced all, basically, drug penalties to misdemeanors. It's the first step in decriminalizing, ending the drug war, right? And with that, for me, obviously, psychedelics are included in that conversation. I really want to get this weed program going the right way so that I can turn my sights to something that's just reigns a little more important to me. That's all. They're all important. It's like Matt Cale says in the interview we had with him. First thing he says, cannabis is the tip of the spear when it comes to plant medicines. Hamilton Souther says the one thing about cannabis in comparison to other plant medicines is it's a great connector.
Yep.
Every culture has a connection to these things. And for the most part, most ancient cultures also have some kind of psychedelic plant medicine that they've used in healing ceremonies going back thousands of years.
No doubt.
Not just indigenous tribes. I mean, we can go all the way back to the Eleusinian mysteries. In Greece, this has been going on for thousands of years. Cannabis just happens to be the one that kind of grows everywhere, so everyone has a little bit of a relationship with it. We got to get it right, and it is our birthright. Cannabis is our birthright. Just by simply living in harmony with nature, we should be able to commune with whatever bit of nature that we want to, right? So the reason I like, and I listen. Straight up, I want to know the problems with the bill. Jason pointed out some things. He says, man, you put a 12% tax on something that makes it hard for retailers. Because you're kind of speaking out of both sides of your mouth. You're kind of saying, hey, everybody can compete in this thing, but also, hey, you're going to have to pay the VIG. It's essentially the government pimping you, but that's what happens everywhere. I do have a problem with the sin tax. I do have a problem with the idea that the concession they're going to make on allowing us to have cannabis is that we're going to pay extra for our sins. It's a silly fucking thing. But in the beginning, I feel as though it's a pretty easy concession to make. One of the things I would like to see is I would just like to see everybody read. It's a 6-page deal. Everybody read the bill as it is and highlight the things that scare you about it. And when we do that, then we can go and get in front of Representative Dogan and say, we're the cannabis community. We're the community who feels disenfranchised by how the state has handled the
Dogan's behind it. Come on in, man. What's up?
Hit this thing, man.
Fucking smoking a big fat fucking challenge joint.
Just blowing a fucking hooter. Just burning. Canagar. What you got to say?
I love it.
I love it too. The only way that we're going to get the program we want is if we actively engage with the program.
Sure.
And I think a lot of people are fucking exasperated. I think they are just absolutely worn out by how much effort it took to get Amendment 2 passed, and then what has now become of it. So what I'm saying is get yours. This is your chance to make it right. Maybe you didn't even have aspirations to be. I don't have aspirations to sell cannabis or be. I don't.
I do here.
Oh,
everybody comes in here going, "Oh, you guys
are going to be the
weed.
dispensary.
You guys are the ones who smell weed or who smell weed. You guys are the ones who are going to sell weed because guess what? I've been coming to you for all of my smoking needs back in the days when I couldn't even say the fucking word bong.
Couldn't say it
in here. You'd either have to throw me out, or if you shipped a bong across state line and someone asked for a bong and not a water pipe, you'd go to federal fucking prison. They did it. The federal government did it to Tommy Chong. They threw him in jail because his company sold a bong in Pennsylvania. Operation fucking Pipe Dreams.
Pipe Dreams, what they called it. And they set him up.
That's the federal government.
And they set him up.
They got people hired at his company to ship them. Federal agents.
Well,
it's the divide and conquer.
The point is, my point is I hope that I am cautiously optimistic about the way that the conversation is going. Missouri has some young elected officials that are really liberty-minded, and that to me is my jam.
A couple of them friended me.
I'm a Rand
You getting
Paul
friended?
Republican, or have been in the past. I'm a libertarian, and so at my core, personal liberty is most important. A free market is most important. So as much of those two things as I can get,
that's what I want.
Afforded to me, that's what I want. And honestly, like, there's so much room for people to, if you've got an idea, if this thing opens it up, then there's no barrier, there's no winners and losers. If you're the guy in your neighborhood, and your neighborhood's like, look, would you rather buy from somebody from the corner store? What's the place across from St. Boniface?
Oh, BK.
BK, baby. BK's got the choice nugs, pal. You gonna walk into BK, or you gonna walk into fucking some Ledouger who built some fucking marble fucking palace down in the hood, and
No, like you said.
Both.
Like
maybe
you said,
you'll go to both.
The
But
only
you're gonna
place-
go to your guy.
No doubt. The only place
You're
I'm
gonna go
buying
to your friend.
the $23 pre-roll is when I go to a Cardinals game.
Or a concert.
A concert.
No doubt.
I'll pay a little extra premium. If I didn't bring my own, fine.
100%.
Fine, I'll pay for the fucking Riverport joint or whatever.
Great.
Like, I'm paying $10 for a beer. I get that.
Great.
That's dog shit.
It's awful.
But I'm part of the
The
experience.
ticket was
whatever.
$200. Whatever. I don't
That's
care.
Stupid.
The ticket was $2 bills. I'll buy the fucking $25
Yes,
joint.
that's fine. I'm having a night out.
Yeah.
I'm treating myself. I understand that. Yep. When I need medicine, and that's what pisses me off most about.
I saw you yesterday.
About all of the social media posts. I have to be on everyone's radar for social media.
Oh, they're like,
do not
as soon as
engage
you
with
comment,
this
they're like,
cunty broad. I'm like,
This
hey.
cunty broad. Can you just explain?
I know, I'm the worst. I'm the worst. So, I hate that everything is focused towards just the most minuscule part of the medicinal aspect. Like, yeah, hey, weed is medicine. We know you just want to get high, you fucking stoner. We're going to go ahead and posit this as its medicine. What's your favorite way? You should quit THC for a little while to reset your system so that way you can get the better effects of THC if you've been using it for a long time. Oh, you're telling me I should take a reset on my RSO because my RSO regimen, I want to reset my levels so that I'm back to fucking square one when I'm taking a little rice-sized grain of RSO beak oil that I'm fucking. You say it all the time. It's not This shit's not recreational. The RSO. It's
Dude,
not.
There are people that eat it recreationally, and I'm like,
It's far and few between, though. Out of the
it's
people
few
we
and
know.
far between. You know what? I say they eat it recreationally, but it all stemmed from being a patient.
Sure.
It stemmed from
Sure.
having a mega fucking tolerance because they were
Yes,
on a
that's the beginning of it.
medicine protocol. So, but like, no, I don't want to eat RSO.
No.
I have no desire.
Not many people do.
To eat RSO.
So if you reset your RSO regimen, and we've seen with people like, hey, start with a half gram. Okay, now you're up to this many now, and we're seeing different
Gram a
protocols
day.
become a gram a day.
Gram a day is insane, dude.
So then, if you reset your system, these people have no fucking clue what they're talking about, but they're trying to, hey, little guy, you're 22 years old. You want to come work at a dispensary? Why don't you run my social media? And I feel bad for those people. But as much as I feel bad for you is as much as I will set you fucking free, bud. You want to come here and work in the other side of the studio? We need somebody. You want to come here and figure things out, how to help people on a ground level? You may think you're helping running the social media of these dispensaries. You are not right now. Whoever's doing it, you're not. You're not a friend of the industry. You are trying to trick people into buying your product. You are trying to sound like you are one of us. Hey, fellow kids. You got my skateboard. You
What's
guys
up, fellow
fun?
kids?
You guys ready to do some ollies? You guys ready? It's like when I talk to Seth. It's exactly like when I talk to Seth. I'm like, I'm cool. I know all of those.
I know those
standing
words.
terms. Yeah, and it shouldn't make me that mad, but it does. It pisses me off. But what I want to do, I want to bring everybody together because when I get around you, my heart gets black as yours, and it's like, God, Steve, that's just not you. You know what I mean? That's Craig's deal.
Yeah.
Don't let him rub off on you unless it's after,
sure,
a few beers.
Yeah.
I just want you to rub off on
Gram
me.
or two RSO.
Gram. What did we do last night? But I want to start bringing people together. So I'll shit all over these dispensaries and stuff. But I hope it nudges them to say, oh, you know what? He's kind of a little bastard. But he's right. He's kind of right about this stuff.
Five people died in D.C. the other day.
Medical?
No.
Medical?
No, blood in the streets.
Really?
5 people died.
Well, what did they call it?
Huh?
Did they call it something like inside the Capitol when 3 people died and they said it was medical issues?
Yeah. Is that what they said?
That's still the official story.
Dude, the one guy fucking had a heart attack because he accidentally tased himself in the dick.
No.
That's the thing.
No.
That's the thing. You can't do that on the national stage, bud.
Buddy.
You can't do that one, pal.
He's like, this is my moment. I'm going.
I don't want to make fun of anyone's demise.
Yeah, no, I will.
But
we're
you
all
can-
gonna die. We can totally make fun of each other dying. Death is so like we're all.
Yeah,
like,
it's a weird
don't
thing,
talk
yeah,
about-
no
Ooh,
doubt.
I have always been the guy who's like.
It's a weird reverence.
Hey,
What makes
don't-
people uncomfortable?
Hey, don't smash your car into a guardrail on the way home because people are like, drive safe. Drive safe.
Oh, well, that's different. People giving
Drive
well wishes,
safe.
man. That's
It's
the magic.
meaningless.
You don't believe in the fucking power of words or magic.
I
man.
do. I 100% do. I think the words and the power of magic comes from the person's heart. I can tell when someone tells me, when they go, hey, drive safe, I can tell whether they're going, I hope this motherfucker gets home safe. Like, I like this guy. I want him to arrive safe.
And you can
I
tell
can
when they're
also
just
tell when people are
jerking you
like,
off.
drive safe, cool, sounds good. I'm a fucking guy over there. I hope he fucking never opens his mouth. You know, so I can tell. It's like
Okay.
Jimmy John's. It's like when you go to Jimmy
Okay.
John's. They're like, see ya.
Jesus
See you
Christ.
later. See you later. And you're like, don't say anything when I leave. Like, why, what's that all? What's that all?
What's the deal?
This is freaking me out, being able to hear my voice. Can we
It's kinda
turn that
cool.
off?
Oh, I can. I can.
We can turn. No, we don't have to do it now.
I can.
We can turn. Maybe just down a smidge.
We can do whatever we
We
want.
can?
Dude, I've got it all fucking labeled. Control room,
You do?
Fucking keys.
How late did you guys stay here last night?
I didn't stay much later after you. Fucking dude.
Just enough to use that glass dildo with Jason.
Oh yeah, I had him punch my fucking spleen out.
There's blood on your chair. Hey, I'm talking, and now I'm singing. And now I'm talking and I'm singing, but my voice is still the same. My voice is still the same on these big ass speakers. These big ass speakers, yeah, B and W and the PV and the boom bada dee da la da 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 boom chada. You know? How's everybody doing today? I haven't talked to anybody on our text line. I haven't talked to anyone on our text line. My voice is loud and coming. Everyone's got to come up here and experience this place. I'm just going to say it right now. Everyone's got to come up here and experience this place because we're trying to bring people together. Oh, really, Steve? Because you're just pooping all over everybody's social media managers 5 seconds ago, and now you're talking about bringing people together? Yeah, I am. Okay?
That better, bud?
Sometimes late at night, I lie awake and watch you sleep. Yeah, bud. Yeah, bud. Now I can't hear it at all, though. Which is good. That's probably good. Do you like to hear yourself? Oh, that was the stupidest question.
It's also how we hear the show, bud.
That was the stupidest question. Oh, it's how we hear like our laughs and our dances.
Everything.
Oh, what? We can't put like monitor and output.
We'll handle it later.
Let's run through this now.
Let's do this right now.
But we don't have this.
Playing with the mix.
Are you kidding me? Are we desktop on it?
Oh, it's playing.
Oh, it's playing in the mic. Oh, it's in a mic slot now. Those noises. Why are you smiling at me like that? Because that's a yes. Is that a yes?
I don't know the answer to your
Oh, you don't. Really confident little smirk though. Super confident smirk there. I would have believed anything you said before that face. That music, with that movement, with that song, someone could have been like, so you fucking figured out a way to end world hunger? And you're like, and they're like, I think he did. I think he fucking did. Can you tell us?
I was just lost in the groove, man.
Imagine the song's playing.
I mean, they don't have to.
You're imagining it real well. You're probably hearing it right now because you're imagining it so well.
We're gonna make some crazy weird stuff.
Are we gonna get weird, bud?
I want it. Mornings are for the Hoosiers. I'm excited to hotbox that new studio.
What?
We
No.
only smoke
what?
CBD
no,
in here,
who
pal.
said that? Why are we on close-ups?
I was trying to get you to do your confident face.
Oh, really?
But you said you did your little.
This is my comment. I'm super confident right now.
All right, we got someone
So
giving a
confident.
testimony.
That's the stupidest face I've ever seen in
Hang
my
on a second.
life.
I gotta.
That's what my face looks like? Yeah, you're not getting it.
Oh, because the fucking see. That's why also we're gonna have to mix up. Everything's mic'd up through that, so we can't hear anything. So they might hurt it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's okay. I was just gonna give a testimony.
Oh, and you were working on your, I heard you in here by yourself, you freak. Which is funny because I was talking to like somebody who was out in the middle, and I'm just going, and they're like, what the hell is going on back there? And I'm like,
Oh, I was just on one. I wasn't
It was
really
funny.
working
We were
anything. I was
having
just riffing.
we're having
I want to give my testimony.
Okay,
I've been
do
in
it,
an
man.
insomniac cycle for about 6 weeks, averaging 2 to 3 hours of sleep every night, with native hemp extract CBD oil, my regular medicine. Adding Delta 8 yesterday, I slept 9 hours uninterrupted.
You bum.
I've only been able to sleep that long uninterrupted after 4 shots of whiskey. I'm so thankful. Thank you, Dennison, and thank you, Hoosiers, for helping me find him.
That's absolutely wonderful.
Native hemp extract.
That is wonderful.
It is
bud.
wonderful. It is wonderful. Somebody asked yesterday, do you really think cannabis is medicine? I'm like,
Oh.
yeah. Yeah, I do. I do believe it is. What is that?
I don't know. It's you. That was my
That was
impression
me.
of you. Yeah, cannabis is medicine. I don't know if you've heard.
You hear that, Jack?
I'm proud of Dennison.
How we? We're way low right now.
I'm proud of Dennison. What'd you do in there, man? You and Jason should have got all this prepared
We did have
yesterday, guys.
He came in screaming and shit.
I came in screaming and shit. I came in screaming. You know what?
How's that?
I'll just be right here.
Hi.
I'll just stay right here. I'll just stay right here. Even though mine is registering, I got to get like right up on it. Give me a little more.
There you go.
Give me a little more. That's pretty good, I guess. That's good. How's that at home, guys? Can you hear it? Allie, that's awesome. I'm super happy we can bring motherfuckers together because guess what? I don't really allow myself to feel real joy. I mean, I'm not an idiot. But when I do, when I find myself experiencing some pretty good, deep inside emotions, is when the Hoosiers get together and make new things happen in ways that I never even could have imagined. I've often seen Hoosiers hang out, and then I've thought, oh, I can't believe they knew each other before they got to this program. And then come to find out, they've only met each other through this program, and they've created a lifelong friendship out of it. What? Is that what we're doing? If the point of life is trying to create these little memories with the people you love, I'd say we're doing a pretty damn good job, people, and I can't wait to do it some more. And guess what? February 27th and 28th, I'm working on maybe a lodge. If we get a lodge and we get like 20 people there, we may be able to keep it to about $40 a person. But also if we camp, it'll be cheaper if we can just find a place to camp. I'm also looking on Hip Camp right now.
Dude, can I just really sidetrack?
Nope.
For a second.
Nope.
No, actually, finish what your thoughts.
Yeah, that's real quick. End of February, we're going to go contact aliens. So if anyone has some land, I want to do it around the Farmington area so we can get the damn.
I've seen some
get those
pretty
damn
wild
Matthews
skies
out there.
in Farmington. I've had two experiences where I think I've seen UFOs in
Bullshit.
Farmington. 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
Like for real.
For real. 100
For
million.
real.
For real. I saw something cover. Space hovering in 2 points, and there's no vehicle that does what this did. Like the amount of fucking space that this thing went zoop, zoop, and it was just fucking hanging out on this fucking line, dude. It was fucking crazy. Down on the dome, down on the fucking farm that we went fishing that one day. I've looked in the sky up there, and I have seen some shit. I had another experience in Fenton, right where Fond du Lac is. You know where Fond du Lac is? Like a little lake community.
Yeah. Fenton's filled.
Sitting on this. It is, but yeah, like
Deep
further
in.
out towards
High Ridge.
Anyway, I'm sitting kind of on this dockside with a
You're
couple
cool.
friends, and there was this light that was just hovering out there. It was hanging out so long that we were like, oh, we'll just call that one. Like, is that a star? Oh, look like a star. Like, oh, we'll just call it our alien friend Bob. Well, there was like 7 of us, and 4 go to sleep. So it was just like the last 3 of us sitting out there. We're still fucking looking at this thing. We're like, that thing's just been hanging up there the whole time. It doesn't look like a star. As soon as we start talking about it, this thing, I mean, it's miles away. This thing just goes, all of a sudden just starts on a beeline. If it had a fucking razor blade connected to the ground, it would have cut me right in half. This fucking thing just slow rolls, and it sounds like this.
Of course
No,
it does.
Dude,
course it
I
does.
swear to God. And that's the thing, dude. When I hear fucking UFO, wasn't quite like that. Wasn't quite like that, but it was not a plane, and it was not a fucking hell. I'm like, maybe it's a drone. Maybe it's a fucking drone, but it didn't sound like a fucking drone either, bud. And this thing was...
You've never talked about this.
I think I could hit it with a baseball.
That's how high it was?
It's how
It
low
was
it
definitely
was.
a drone.
But it wasn't the whole... It was just this creepy slow
Just a
roll.
dude jerking off to
Yeah,
you
I'm
looking
like,
up.
dude, he flew that drone for like 8 hours.
That's too long to fly a drone.
You gotta take it up with him. You got a battery pack. We put the fucking song on him. You know, like that's the deal. I've had a couple of experiences. When I hear people tell UFO stories, I'm like,
I'm here for it.
I know how crazy I sound when I say it. That's also kind of this weird thing, right? Like, if enough people say an idea is crazy, then that's
crazy.
Then that's the normal. then that's the fucking norm, right? All it
I
takes
guess.
is a majority.
It's just the lies you tell yourself and you believe them.
Crazy's a spectrum, right?
Oh, yeah.
Crazy's a spectrum.
I've never had an experience with aliens, ever, really, ever. Oh, well, one time I did see the shooting star, and I'm not sure if shooting stars do this, but it goes and starts to like corkscrew, and I'm like, what the
I have seen those.
fuck?
That's fucking cool.
And then it kind of like just went away at the end,
dissipates,
and I was like,
I've seen a couple.
it kind of seemed like when a jet engine, when one of the engines falls off and it's kind of propelling, but it's at an angle and it was like spiraling down. Pretty freaking cool. Pretty cool. And I also did have an experience when I was out at my buddy's property. It was like it's woodlands and it's kind of like this open field, and we camped like in this open area, and his house was over on the other edge of the woods. But at one point we see this light like coming in between the house and where we were camping, and we're like, oh, this is obviously the house or whatever. Well, it starts to like kind of oscillate a little bit, and we're like, that's kind of weird. So we start walking towards it, and we see these like two gray figures, and the one gray figure is just arched back, bent over, dude, and the other gray figure is just getting it like alien style. I guess. Oh yeah. But they had like 8 legs. They had 8 legs, like going back, and then like.
Well, that seems like it'd be
arms. No, it was just like
That'd
little.
Be kind of fun.
I could
like
just do
imagine
it.
the digital play. If you
Oh,
had,
it was
like,
crazy.
if you
There
were
was
Goro.
arms and hands.
Imagine if you were
Goro.
It just like
Like Goro finger you?
Goro threw down the stack. Oh, dude, he had some fucking meaty fucking fingers. Dude. He had some meaty.
He did have one little one though. Like the guy.
It's like
this is my
Shaq
good
or
hand.
Andre the Giant. I mean, these guys are wreaking havoc with an index.
So we're looking at it, and it's glowing orbs coming, and the dude's like, this dude I was with, his name's Jamathan.
Okay.
And he goes, and he's like, Mom, Dad, what? And they take off their masks, Scooby-Doo style, and they're like, we would have got the one for you meddling kids. So that's the closest experience I've ever had.
Oh, I gotta tell you, that's about as fucking
aliens.
weird as humans get. So we'll just call it an alien experience.
You know, I don't know if I like the term whenever, like, this is going back to when I was a kid. And they're like, yeah, there are fucking aliens in the sky. And there's also fucking aliens in Home Depot's parking lot. And you're like, what are you talking about?
What's going on?
And they're like, no, illegal aliens. And I'm like, what do you, like, I remember being a kid and being confused, like, illegal aliens? Like, they're legal ones? Where are the legal ones? And then they're like, no, man, I'm talking about guys taking our fucking jobs. And I'm like, you fucking bag groceries. Like, it's not like a fucking deal. Like, they're like, you're an engineer, and they're like, oh, fucking, we're bringing in the Nazi scientists.
We're bringing in the object paper plate.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, object paper bag. It was a whole operation to replace all of the
American
grocery stores.
Yes.
All of the baggers in grocery
You might be
stores.
onto something, actually.
That's not bad.
So I don't agree with that. I think, do they still call them aliens when it happens now? Like, is alien a term?
Alien is just a
definition for someone not of this this
the,
place.
of the native land.
I think it was like, that's what I'm saying. I think it was a ploy by the government to be like, these are aliens, bud.
Sure.
Like a war of the words
Absolutely.
to divide us, and I'm not about that division. Sure. Of course, all the dispensaries can blow me. But I'm not about that division. I'm not about the division, okay, guys? No, I really do want to bring everybody and hold me accountable. Like, if I go off the deep end a little bit, I'm okay with that. Like, let me know. I'm not perfect. I'm not, guys. I'm not perfect anymore. But Lord, I've been feeling, I've been healing. I've been faced with the pain of the triumph of the river, of the shepherd of the valley of the low. That sounds more like it's the Phantom of the Opera. March 1st, World Series of Weed and the first ever Cultivators Classic. Dun dun dun. No, I could hear it.
Hey, fellas, Dennison, we were just filleting you. How are you?
We were?
Well, we were talking about
That
it.
was yesterday.
D8 gummies and the CBD oils, just helping people.
Oh, yeah,
sleep
just saving
and-
people. Could you
Dennis-
imagine
Dennison wants to
having
come hang out on
insomnia?
Monday.
Dennison?
Yeah.
Cool. Cool, that sounds good. Cool, good. Cool, good. Dennison's coming in, cool, good. A lot of people say cool,
I
good.
told him he could come in anytime he wanted.
He can, he literally, I was thinking about him on my ride in this morning.
You were?
Yeah, just because I'm like, who can I,
Did you see him in
who can I help empower to get their fucking words out there? Who do I think, personally, their words need to be
they're
out
so
there?
smart?
Yes, just because I think they could help raise the vibe. Maybe that's my job.
Did you see the May issue of Greasy Otter magazine?
I haven't because my mail's been all
Might want to check it out.
Greasy Otter?
Greasy Otter magazine, May.
I don't know. When my card got expired, I don't know if my...
Oh, did your subscription? I'll let you borrow it.
Yeah, you might... Really? How greasy is that with water?
It's like he swam just in a vat of 1,800 milligram oil.
Could you... You know what should happen?
What's that?
He should lay in the water like this. You know, it's just him, like an otter does.
Absolutely.
Except we mirror image it, so it looks like he's holding his own hand in a greasy vat of gooey 1,800 milligram goodness.
Man, I'm considering cutting a deep discount on some shit for y'all here in a bit.
What does that
Well,
mean?
don't fucking...
What does
don't
that
threaten
mean?
me with a good time.
Man, I'm gonna like give this shit away in a minute if you guys keep saying nice things about me. Like, wait, that's not a
You
good
keep
business model.
talking me up, and I'm going broke.
I'll give this shit away.
Hey, you know what time it is?
Nope.
It's break time. This is Hoosier Sophisticate.
I've only been here for 5 minutes.
Speaking of our sponsors, you've been here a while, bud.
I got here at 7:34, bud. Not good.
About an hour.
Not good. Not okay. It's not okay.
Okay.
To me.
Okay, well then be better.
Fuck you, man.
These are our sponsors.
I like when it does that. I like when it does that.
I like it when it does that too.
I bet you do.
Oh, hey. It's Adam McChesney with Ms. Marketing. We specialize in lead generation, filling your pipeline, and taking care of your payments. Give us a call today.
Adam from Ms. Marketing took me from 10 leads to 300 leads in a month, and I became the strongest boy in the schoolyard.
He increased the revenue for my fit charter fishing business by 30% in 1 month. Ms. Marketing.
What was that Facebook algorithm? What was that Instagram? Ms. Marketing.
I know it's late, baby, but you got me thinking about my dream home.
Yeah, girl. You know, Bungeon Property Group doesn't just sell houses, they sell dreams. You know when the best time to talk about dreams is? In the middle of the night. That's why Bungeon Property Group is famously open 24 hours a day, so you can whisper sweet nothings in the middle of the night. Oh yeah. Tell me all your dreams of white picket fences, in-ground pools, and I'll find them for you. In an area with a low crime rate, general proximity to nice parks, walking distance to the grocery store, easy access to the highways. A place where you can offer a quality education to your children, all while feeling safe in your front yard while they play. Let me talk that dream house talk to you. Let me be your dream realtor. Adam Bondre.
Hey, DJ Shaba.
Hey, ladies. I'm gonna smoke a little weed, boy.
I wanna grow some trees, boy.
when I grow all the weed that I smoke.
And I blow all the trees that he grows.
And I smoke all the weed that I grow.
And I grow all the trees that he smokes.
Well, I'm growing and I'm smoking.
So I go see Bo.
And I'm smoke what I grow, yeah.
Proactive solution.
And I'm growing the hydro.
Bo knows hydro.
And I'm growing the hydro.
Proactive solutions.
Bo no hydro. Bo no hydro. Bo no hydro. Bo know how to grow. Bo know how to grow.
Proactive solution.
Bo know how to grow.
Proactive solution.
I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Wanted poster looking like me. Checking the swamp man for a pretty girl. Being an outlaw in an outlaw world. Hey, I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Wanted poster looking like me. Walking my hound dog, surfing that swamp. Catching crow that do the sweetly stomp. Everybody do the sweetly stomp. It's a stomp. It's a wiggle, turn around, a little tickle. It's a stomp, move your feet, head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf.
Dude, man, get on down to Sweet Leaf Emporium and do that Sweet Leaf stomp, man.
Hey guys, it's me, Kippy the Crazy Koala Bear, and I'm here to tell you about James Carlton Insurance.
Kids, quiet down.
It's the best.
Kids, quiet down and listen to Kippy.
Grown-ups need insurance, and Uncle James can help.
Right on.
Grown-ups need insurance. He's got the best reviews on Yelp. Grown-ups need insurance if they want to protect their house.
Yes, sir.
Grown-ups need insurance if they want to properly bury a spouse.
That's a bit morbid.
Grown-ups need insurance if they drive a truck.
Okay.
Grown-ups need insurance just so they don't get...
Whoa, Kippy, you can't...
Well, I was just going to say
cannot.
get in trouble.
Okay, well, it
you
sounded
don't
like you
wanna
were going
get
to
in trouble.
like you were going to say something else. James Carlton, State Farm Insurance. You can find him online at carltoninsurance.net, or you can call him at 314-961-4800.
Native hemp inside of me. 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 I got 1,800 milligrams going real good down my throat. When I wake up in the morning and I need a pick me up. Well, I grab my bottle of native hemp and I splash it on my tongue. Lap, lap, lap. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me.
Native hemp extract available at HoosierSophisticate.com. Enter code HOSO, H-O-S-O at checkout for an additional 30% off.
Do it fucking live.
Hey, little sister, what have you done? Hey, little sister, you're the only one. Hey, little sister, shotgun, oh yeah. Hey, little sister, shows your Superman. Hey, little sister, shotgun. It's a nice day to start again. Come on, it's a nice day for a white wedding. It's a nice day to start again. Alone. Well, it's Friday. That was probably so fucking loud.
Hey, little
that mic is
sister.
especially hot. I
Oh, is
think.
that hot?
Oh, it's hot as a.
Why am I not hearing it?
It's a spicy.
It's a meatball.
So spicy. Steve, what's your favorite smell?
Farts. My own.
Door.
I know, dude. My favorite smell is what's ever permeating off this glove I
The
found.
pungent aroma of your inside.
I liked baked goods. I like when you walk in a
Any
house.
particular baked goods, or just like when you know someone's been
like
baking?
cookies or a cake or something. Like I like when the house smells like a cookie.
I can dig that.
I like when the house smells like a cookies.
Yeah.
I do. I really do. Like if I walk in and like say my stepmom's cooking some fucking California raisins. No, she's cooking some cookies. We're burning in here. She's burning us alive.
Someone open the oven door. The thoughts killing every one of us. And I'm so
I'm going to have to try some of these Delta 8s. I bet you are, you fucking hempo. Yeah, I was definitely singing with y'alls. I wonder who else was singing. Everybody was singing coffee, says Pressure Drop Nick. I'm at 150 throughout an entire day. Whoa. No one likes a bragger, okay?
Dude, can we
I
go
was
back?
singing.
I was going to kind of totally just put you on a jaunt, but earlier
You've been doing that to me all goddamn day.
I know, but I never got to it the last time.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Kush Coach mentioned that he knew a gal that was taking 30 milliliters of RSO a day for her cancer protocol. That's an ounce, dog.
30
It's
milliliters.
pretty much a milliliter to a gram, like a rough.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, so pretty much 30 grams.
Is that a challenge?
No, it's not a challenge. That's
Are
just
you
a big
challenging me?
number. I'm not challenging you. I can't possibly. You would be high for.
I wouldn't.
You would.
I wouldn't.
30, and you could eat an ounce of oil and not be high. False.
False dickhead.
False dickhead. You would be high for a week.
We'll see.
Oh, we will see, pal. We will see.
We'll see. We'll see real good.
Speaking of which, we talked about yesterday. I know I got a little fucking banty. I was a banty
You're
little
just a
fella.
little banty guy. It's
A little
okay.
banty little fella.
I get it.
But here's the thing.
I understand you.
We've now got a second manufacturer online.
So, God.
RSO is cheap to make.
That's what made me crazy
I don't
yesterday.
care. I don't want the fucking. I mean, dude, when you went in on candy, I was gonna argue for candy because I'm like, whatever a spoonful of sugar, helps medicine go down. Fine, but
Who are you, Mary fucking Poppins?
I'm Mary fucking Poppins today, bud. Just like fucking Yondu.
You're fucking Mary Poppins today, bud?
Oh, Mary could get it.
I'm fucking Mary Poppins today.
Bud. Okay.
Bold statement.
Anywho, I feel like you can have all of the candy and stuff like that. Just make sure that I can buy the crude oil.
Yeah, thank you.
please.
Thank you.
Just
That's all I
let
want.
me buy the easiest one for you to make.
Could
The-
you just
the
slop some of that
cheapest.
on the
Let's
side?
just do that. Can you just have that?
Please.
We've now got 220,000 square foot of laboratory.
They can't dedicate a corner to it?
/ kitchen. Can you get like
Dedicated
a
corner?
drum of RSO going, guys?
Dedicated corner to it.
Help me out.
Am I way louder than you?
I don't know. Ask the people.
Am I way louder than him? Because they probably love
Maybe.
it. Oh! Turn it on, 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 turn it on.
today, bud?
No. I woke up today and I was like, what day is it?
I've been like that.
What year is it?
I've been like that all week.
What's my life mean?
Y'all are wild.
Yeah, we are. Wild animals. Y'all are wild.
What's the fucking deal here, bud?
Stay wild.
Oh, somebody should make a shirt or something.
Stay
Stay wild, man.
Put it on the back of a Jeep.
Put it on the glass. Put him on the glass. Put him on the glass.
Here's the deal.
Do you remember, like, the ejaculating scene? That wasn't that long ago.
What?
The ejaculating scene in the put him on the glass video?
Oh, yeah. What was up
What
with
was
that?
the deal with that?
What was up with that?
It was just
I gotta
shooting
chill.
ropes.
I gotta chill. Yeah, over somebody's shoulder.
It was an impressive shot. No, I mean,
We've all been there.
North End.
Hey, how do we bring people together, you think? By exactly what we're doing? That's what I was thinking too. That's why I want to fucking get these people together and do some fucking wild shit whenever we can. You know what I mean?
I do.
We got some shit coming up. I want to reiterate, you can watch us on YouTube or Twitch, whatever. All the people watching already know. Sharing and telling your friends about us helps us, helps call our sponsors and say, heard about you guys through them. That's how you help us. Thank you. We appreciate you. Whatever. Don't do it. I don't care. I do. Behind the scenes, I'll be like, that person never does anything to help us. I'm going to choke them out next time I see them. Just like I'm going to choke Kush Coach when I see him.
Oh, you're gonna
I'm
fucking
gonna
do a
choke.
triangle choke?
I don't know what it's called, but I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put this
Right on his
right
Adam's
here.
apple?
No, right here in the center.
Okay.
That's your Adam's apple.
Yeah, sure.
That's exactly what you said.
Esophagus.
I'm gonna put it right there, bud, and then I'm gonna squeeze his juggy and his carotid. Okay, I'm gonna squeeze both of them, and then I'm gonna come up.
You gonna
okay?
tell him your whole game plan?
Yeah.
He's gonna.
He
break
can never
your leg.
stop it. He can never stop it. And then I'm gonna slide this one up. First, I'm gonna slide one.
yeah,
I'm gonna
you
slide
gotta
one here.
really-
As I
Check
come
his
out of
oil.
there, as
Check
I
his
go,
oil.
I'm gonna slide. Here's his fucking stupid head right here, and I'm gonna put my hand behind here, and I'm going to
Once you
lock
lock.
this.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm gonna actually do an underlock. So and I am going to squeeze his goddamn head off, bud. I'm getting a call.
I
can't wait. He's kissing me. That's not a
He's
good sign.
coming to us.
That's not a good sign. Hello? I did, and you didn't answer. I'm live. You want to talk to people? Here. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, Jason Long of Sweetleaf Emporium and Sweetleaf. Hold on. Jason Long is the guy who blows the glass here at old Sweetleaf Emporium.
He's a master gaffer.
God, you want to see some live glass blowing? Well, that's your guy. Here it is, Jason Long, the guy who the guy who's gonna. He's always known to have a good time. Oh, they say good morning, Jason.
Good morning, everybody. Am I really on?
You are 100 million% on live now.
Okay, cool. So, how's everything going? Tell me something important. Good morning, everybody.
I can hear my voice too loud.
I can't wait to get this mix locked in here, Jason.
Yeah, I thought you guys figured it out yesterday. What
get
happened?
Out of here.
What was it? The mix? You need to have somebody in the control room working on that while you guys are doing it. And, there's a lot going on there. Plus, every track that's been set up, we just used a canned set of tracks, and every track is a little different, so they're all running a little weird. But we'll get there. You sound good, though. Everything sounds good, split up well.
Really?
So yeah, that's good.
How do I sound?
Is the keyboard coming through?
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as I heard that keyboard, man, my eyes lit up. I'm like, it works.
Aww.
So we definitely got everything going on. You're doing good. And I got more stuff coming today. I'll be up there in just a little bit.
I believe you. This isn't
Cool beans.
This is This is
yeah.
super neat.
Well, I didn't really want to call and talk to you guys except for one thing. Hey, Craig, I got to tell you, I greatly appreciate you guys bringing up that, and you too, Steve. I guess that tax on that new bill that's laid out.
I'm the one who brought it up.
Yeah, I know you are, but
why are you thanking Craig?
Because he needs credit.
Thanks.
Look, Craig.
Thanks, Jason.
Craig gets shit on all the time by you. It's time for Craig to stand up a little bit.
This is my favorite show we've ever done.
The call's breaking up.
What's that? Is there something going on, Steve? I don't understand.
There's something going up. Something going.
So, right, exactly. But anyway, The 12% tax, that's a big deal. And it's a big deal because you're going to have to justify why cannabis users have to pay more in taxes than alcoholics who smash the crap out of each other on the highways all the time. That's all I got to say. Have a nice day, guys. I got to go.
We'll see you soon.
Well,
right.
He's not wrong. I hate the idea of sin tax. It's okay. I yearn to be able to have like just a hyper logical solution to a non problem. I'm a yearner. I'm a yearner, bud. I feel like we're acknowledging. Everyone's like, oh yeah, people like this and they want this. And everybody who doesn't really, like, their reason is probably rooted in well, whatever their reason is, it's whatever. It's usually rooted in a lack of education on what it is. But either which way, everyone's like, majority of people want this. How do we give them what is already theirs and somehow charge them for it? And that's ultimately what government regulation is in pretty much everything, right? Like the government doesn't give us rights; they acknowledge our rights, right? At least that's how it was designed.
Yeah,
that's how it was designed. They were inalienable rights that, are protected. And the more and more that, and that's not to say that completely unfettered, like no regulation is a good idea. Might be, I don't know, but that's not. I'm not speaking one way or the other. But as you add government, it muddies the situation. It adds more opportunities. It's just putting someone in the middle to take from you what is already yours. That's it. If something grows, certainly I can grow it to my heart's content. That only makes sense, I'm not manufacturing anything, and even if I was, I'm making it for personal use. It's mine. I can have 200 gallons of moonshine. I go back to that because I think it's awesome.
Look at you comparing stuff to alcohol.
I think it's awesome. I think that if I can have 200, I think I should be able to have 1,000 gallons of moonshine. But how am I going to have where am I going to put 1,000 gallons of anything?
Where are you going to put 1,000 gallons?
I can keister 200 gallons.
Figure it out.
And
I'll look at the
certainly if
other
something
800.
grows from the earth naturally, I have a right to it, especially if it's in my tract of land. If we believe in personal property and we believe in the sovereignty of the individual, which we increasingly don't, why can't I just fill my entire? I don't want a lawn. I fucking hate grass.
I hate grass.
I fucking hate grass,
Love
bud.
it.
I don't want to fucking mow. I don't want to spend my time mowing. I'm not into it. Kudos to you if you're into it. I'd rather my fucking land. I'd rather it be wild, dude. I'd rather stuff run through. I'd
Stay
rather
wild.
it be permacultured. Stay wild? I'm feeling wild, bud. But if I wanted to fucking plant a field of cannabis, why not?
Because the kids.
The kids. I'm
Kids
still
will get
not
it.
sure.
The kids will get it. They'll get into your field. They'll start biting the branches, laying down in the field, get run over by a lawnmower. Oh wait, that's rabbits. I got bunnies and children confused again. You're absolutely right, and that's what comes back. That's what I come back to every single fucking time we have these conversations where they say it's supply and demand, buddy. It's kind of the deal with these $70 A's. It's just the way the market works. It's the way capitalism works. It's the way the American system works. When you only have a little bit of supply, don't worry, Stevie. It'll get better. Don't worry, little guy. It'll get better. And I'm like, oh, so you're telling me they can operate off those costs at some point. They know they have to be able to operate at this cost of $25 an eighth. So right now they're gouging you. And we're not talking tanzanite or one of those rare gemstones we were talking about yesterday. Mm-hmm. We're not talking about something that's $10,000 for 0.0003 pounds or whatever our kilo, is what a carat is. Mm-hmm. We're not talking about something that you have to excavate the side of a mountain for.
Yeah, no.
We're talking about some people in some counties went out. would throw seeds out into like the ditch, and ditchweed became a thing. We're talking about something that without even the humans having control of, if humans left tomorrow, would cannabis still be around? Wild cannabis?
100%.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, my plants would probably creep out of my house like Jumanji.
Dude, it'd be cool. Like fucking Little Shop of Horrors if you just had
I had to tie one down. It's amazing how it's like, no, I'm going back up.
I'm going to go find the light, bud.
Hey, bud.
Bud. I'm searching for the light.
You got to be a plant. You got to be more like the plant.
It's like,
they
I
are.
got soul, but I'm not a soldier.
I got soul, I'm not a soldier. I got soul, but 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 I'm not. Yeah, man, like be more like a plant. Just reach for the light. I'm going to use that metaphor. I'm going to think about that right now, and I'm going to say, oh, I like that metaphor. My cannabis plants are growing towards the light, and there's nothing I can do to stop them. And that's what I'm going to try to be. So I just appreciate, as the person I am, I appreciate when someone can say, hey, here's a snarky comment. It was rude. Probably maybe not the best way to go about things. But here's why you're an asshole.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, fuck. That was probably the most effective way to get to me. Now, maybe someone else will come up to me and be like, hey, Steve, I think your problem is A, B, and C, and D, and E, and F, and G.
And then you're like, fucking...
And I'm like, shut up. Look what you're doing in your fucking life. Get the fuck out of here. But a guy like Seth, with that type of comedy and that type of where he can kind of say, oh, yeah, here you go, bud. And you're like, oh, God, I love that. That's why I like hanging out with you and Seth so much. You guys are brilliant at being like, oh, yeah, you got this going on with yourself? Here you go. I'm going to give it to you, and I'm going to make you laugh while I'm doing it. Because you know I love you.
Yep.
I know you're different. I love you anyway.
I love you because.
I love you because.
Yeah.
Like, that's what's so great. When me and Seth come together on a thing, it's an amazing
It's the best.
moment. Like, it happened 4 times when we were on the radio. Like,
It's the
where we're
best.
like, oh, shit. We agree on a song or, like, a fucking movie or something. Seth's one of my favorite people on earth. Do we see eye to eye on a lot of stuff?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah, but I don't think
other
you're far
world.
apart, though.
No, we're not. But I just want the point is I hate Seth. No, I'm joking. The point is if you're different than someone, love them. That's the deal now.
Sure.
Because we're experiencing something in this country that I cannot fucking listen. I don't watch the news. I turn on the news and they're like, this is the worst time in history. We're the most divided we've ever been. This is the most. Things are not looking good. Things are not looking good.
Yeah, it's fair.
I get it.
Porn.
But what I want to do is say, oh, yeah, you know what combats that? Oh, yeah, this dude thinks different than me, but I love him. As long as you stay out of my decision-making process, which I guess that's the problem. Hey, you're part of my decision-making process? No.
Yeah.
Stay out of my fucking decision-making process. And the people that like are bought into these things that don't mean, they make more of a meaning out of things that fucking don't matter. Like, which person is your guy getting to run shit that has very little effect on you? We're seeing that. I mean, you called it. You go, there's going to be a fucking bloodbath because these people are fucking riled up. And I'm like, no.
Either way, like
no.
I'm a firm believer, you know, and I'm not playing the both sides thing, but I felt very confident. I would have laid money that
you went on record saying it.
That either, you know, no matter who won, it was going to happen. Now I felt like if Trump won early on, I felt like it would happen kind of more immediately, and I felt like if Biden won, it was going to be closer to Inauguration Day somewhere in there, or early into his term. And I'm not sure. There are people who feel like America witnessed this embarrassing moment. And it was this sobering wake-up
That's
call.
what they said a million times.
There
on
are
the
people
news.
that think that. And I think that they are Pollyanna-ish. I think that you're really telling yourself a story if you think we're at that point, because I am watching people double down right now on this whole thing. Like, I don't know what the answer is. I think it will cool down. I think it will cool down, but I think there's going to be. Somebody asked, this is my worst case scenario. This is my worst case scenario. Like, what's the worst case scenario here? Do you see a civil war happen? I don't see a civil war happening because there's no defined sides. Like, I was listening to Will O'Donnell the other day. He's like, there's a lot of people that think they're ready for war and they're ready for the end. He's like, if you've been in war, you know how bad it sucks. You do not want war. You do not want war with your neighbor. You don't want to be at war with your neighbor, worrying and raising your kids in a war zone. Nobody wants that. We need to get back to some sense of normalcy, I guess. But this didn't just happen with Trump. It's certainly, I said from the beginning, this dude's going to be a catalyst for something, and I don't know what it is. It's clear. Cult of personality around him was it's still one of the most impressive things I've ever seen a human do. I've never seen somebody hypnotize so many people at once. It's a mass hypnotizing. Like and from that angle, I'm like, props, man. Not only did you do it, you did it while calling everybody assholes, being the biggest asshole you could. And I'm not even speaking of his policies. None of that matters. He has been like this. He has shattered reality. At least what we knew as normal, he shattered it. And one of the things that scared me from the very beginning was that this was going to be the guy that was going to get the message kind of out that so many logical, free-thinking people have been saying for years. But it took a cartoon character to get and a not super. I mean, he's only going to hit. The way that he's designed is only going to hit 50% just based on polarity in and of itself. He's a polarizing person. Like a person like
that's how he was in his personal life.
A megalomaniac is never going to fucking win the hearts of more than half, and probably less than half. Right? This whole fucking thing has been taking place, and I just feel like everybody. What got him there was people that were seriously tired of some bullshit.
Oh yeah.
And what's crazy is now we're so distracted with left versus right that nobody fucking blinks. We get mad about them not coming together on a stimulus, and then 20 minutes later, both parties come together to pass a fucking defense bill that's fucking $1 trillion. It's fucking crazy. And it just gets pushed under the rug because of how fucking... it's smoke and mirrors. Because of how outrageous everything on the fringe has gotten. Everybody just kind of accepts the fucking... what should be the most maddening fucking thing about this. And I was a guy who, before I kind of skewed third party, was a conservative. And I wanted to believe in the idea of small government, except every time these cocksuckers got in power, they would spend like nobody I've ever seen, like nobody spends. And I'm like, you're so full of shit. Both of you are so full of shit. So I had what brings me peace in my heart? I gotta try and fight the system. First off, live my best life. Understand that people that fucking live thousands of miles away, the choices that they make probably don't affect me enough in real time to affect my general happiness. Sure. But I am a father. I do hope to pass on some kind of better life to my kids. Maybe not for me to determine. Maybe better life for them is to be revolutionaries. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. Maybe the fucking our next Patrick Henry is we're raising them right now. I hope. I don't know. But they don't really have that much of an effect on me. However, I gotta speak out against it, right? I'm gonna do it with the cannabis industry too. It might lose me a couple of business deals or friends or whatever, but like you stand up for what's right so that you fucking feel good in here. So that at night you can close your eyes and, you know, fucking sleep.
And
some
everybody
rest.
believes different things that help you sleep.
And you gotta 100%. You gotta have something that a man's gotta have a code. Yeah. Woman's gotta have a code.
Who benefits from the way things are right now?
Very rich people. I mean, very rich people.
So there is some incentive to cause division amongst the people.
There's also
is that I mean?
Oh yeah, there is. Like there's also I don't put it above.
How does that directly help the rich?
Is. I don't think. Well, I think because money rules all.
I know, but how does the division of people directly affect?
Well, in this particular instance, we've
seen the biggest transfer of wealth.
We've seen a huge transfer of wealth. Dude, did you know that yesterday Elon Musk became the richest man in the world?
Yeah,
he passed fucking
Bezos.
Dude, his wealth has jumped in a year's time. Like,
yeah, how is that?
Tesla's stock last year is up 730%.
Dude, fuck! I talked to a guy at fucking my old job. And I was like, I'm gonna jump on. This is 8 years ago.
You could have made almost 8 times your money if you'd have put $100, whatever you put in there. You'd made 8 times your money from 2020 to now. You want to know what Bitcoin's at?
Thanks, Eric.
You want to know what Bitcoin's at?
Thanks,
dude?
Eric. 38 grand or something like that.
It got up in the 40s yesterday.
Okay. So, because I am
41,334 is Bitcoin.
Jesus. Today. It seems like there is division that's being cultivated in our communities that a lot of people just want to live in peace, just want to live alone. So my first question is, why isn't that happening? Most people want to live in peace and we'll go to war when we run out of fucking resources here. That's kind of the deal. Now I need some resources, but now we're like, okay, we got all the resources. Is there someone benefiting from our division? Yes, we've seen a giant transfer in power.
Well,
or in wealth.
Yes, politicians, the ruling class. The other party will always seek. Well, they're always going to seek to be the savior of something that's making your life bad. That's how you win. You don't win like nobody wins really. Well, most people don't win with just a truly inspiring message. It all comes from a root of fear. Nobody's winning office saying, "Do you know why I'm best fit to rule for this job?" Because I believe that all of us love one another, and this bullshitting has gone on long enough. We are not giving ourselves enough credit as fucking high vibrating beings that we are capable of so much more if we just fucking laugh and love each other.
Yeah.
That guy would be laughed off the fucking stage.
But I feel like the closer and closer we get to the future, the more and more we progress. I feel like that doesn't become such a weird thing. Because we're about ready for it. We're waking. I mean, there's something going. There's something happening here.
Dude, it fucked me up at Buffalo Springfield with Steven Stills.
Dude.
And
I didn't realize
Neil
that.
Young.
Yeah.
That fucked me up. I had no idea that it was those two. The Laurel Canyon, that whole thing. I know
That's what I was trying to.
But that's a sad state of affairs, bud. Every leader that we have is a leader that's going to fix your problems. No leaders that we have are like, hey, you know why I'm the captain of this deal? Because I'm just trying to figure it out like the rest of you. The best way that we can do that is to fucking love our neighbor.
Yeah.
Here's what we're going to try and fucking do. To think that if that guy went on stage, dude, Gary Johnson, 4 years ago, you have Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, two of the most hateable people on the planet. I mean, just the most punchable faces. And then you got like Gary Johnson, and he's a goober. He really
was
is,
fine.
but he's fine.
He's fine.
He's fine. He's in fairly good shape.
Yeah.
Speaks in
Do
he
some-
speaks in complete sentences.
Yeah.
That's nice. And then they ask him something about Aleppo. And they're
Yeah.
like, what's Aleppo? right? That was the big fucking thing. And everyone's like, "Oh, Gary Johnson wants to be the president.
Don't even know
and
what
he
that's
doesn't know the capital of Syria." I'm gonna vote for the person who wants to drop $2 billion worth of bombs on the middle of Aleppo. I would rather have that person than the person trying to learn about Aleppo. That's the world we live in, bud.
Let's change it. Let's
Let's
do it.
change
Let's do it. Let's make a little dent here, because that's what it's all about. It's trying to inspire.
By
other
the way, I
people
think
about
he's a
it.
fucking nuns too. Like, he's a fucking little nerd. He was just
He's a fucking little nerd.
but he was my fucking nerd.
I think the calls for something to
Skittles?
be different is overwhelming now. And like you said, it's weird that the thing that had to be different was Trump. I do think there is a shadowy government, if that's what you want to call it, or certain people who are benefiting from all
It's
of
so
this.
big. There are so many people that are benefiting from all of this. The government is huge. It's the largest employer in the country by
And
a
they're
long shot.
they're getting bigger and bigger with the
Every day. More agencies. That's the thing. The hardest part about ending the drug war, is not winning the hearts and minds of people. I think that's the pretty easy part. I think when you sit people down with somebody that they love, that they could have never imagined would be affected by drugs, negatively or positively, or no, they would have only thought negatively, and someone that they love and respect, and that person sits down with them, and they're like, "Hey, you know, fucking, we've been buddies for a long time. I feel like I should tell you, I know that you feel pretty strongly against this because of an entire lifetime of information that you were given in bad faith. But I'm telling you, as your friend, someone who loves you, and someone whose entire life was changed by it, that these drugs, and they're not the problem. All this trauma's been the problem."
Yeah.
You know? I think most people be like, "Okay, that makes sense. I'll vote for that." That's the easy part. Now you got to convince how you're going to fire fucking 400,000 federal employees that work for the DEA. That's your fucking battle. The DEA and the CIA and DHS.
Robot technicians.
What are you all doing? What does the DHS do that NSA doesn't do?
Oh,
that
God.
that
CIA
that FBI does, that CIA does. Central intelligence is only supposed to apply to like other countries, right? It was never supposed to be on the home front, but that doesn't really make sense for them. In order to fucking know everything,
To protect you, I gotta
look
know you
everywhere. I finally understand Switzerland. Yeet the power.
Oh, do not
foolish?
eat.
Is
Let's
it
not talk
foolish to
about
want to let the world just fuck off and focus on our little tiny portion of it all? I think we're doing really, really well.
I think that's the deal.
That is the deal.
I think that's the deal, and you try to affect other people, have a little ripple
I don't
effect.
think that it's foolish, but I do think that it is short term.
What?
And short term is probably okay for our generation, maybe the next. But if you don't kind of put brakes on things, and maybe you're just slowing the inevitable. I don't know. But if we just stay kind of in our own little happy place, then, you know, the rest of the world could get pretty ugly outside of your walls to the point that you couldn't do anything about it if it came to it. So
You got no control over that anyway, right?
well, I don't know. I don't know. I think so. I like to think. I like to think that people are inherently good. There's always going to be evil, but people are inherently good.
Oh, there's a nice little study on babies that if you don't fucking hold them, their brains develop differently. Like when you don't hold
they're
babies,
animals?
yeah, they become like their hippocampus or whichever area that controls the fear. Like it's way bigger. Medulla oblongata.
Medulla oblongata.
But it was one of the most fascinating studies because it kind of set the tone for, and they said even in utero, babies are learning, like, does my mom have a tough life out there? Is she running and fearful all the time? Like, I better be prepared for that life. So all of these things that happen when we're babies, I think that's a huge deal. I think if we start, like, really, I got a fucking plan for it, buddy. You start getting all these baby boomers to hold babies, turn them all into baby holders. You know what you want to do with the DEA? You turn them all into baby holders. You say, hey, guys, we're going to turn every single one of you into fucking NICU baby holders. Here you go. You get paid. Here's your deal. Stop doing. I'll figure out a job for you, okay, for a little while until I can transition you out of the federal government. Here's your chance. I'm gonna pay you a little bit. Go start a fucking business, guy. Do something. I don't know, gal. Do something. The way things are going, the division. I want to try to bring my little portion of the world together. We're doing it. We're having this good time. And if it's not me, it's you. If it's not you, it's the next person. If it's not the next person, it's the next person. That is just feeling and seeing and knowing and being what it is to be like happy and living the full human experience with knowing the cosmic joke that none of this really fucking matters that much. Like, let's take care of our resources. Let's make sure all of those needs are met. And once our needs are met, we can move on from there. We don't have to deal with all of this weird shit. Because the point I was getting to earlier was the Capitol thing's so fucking weird. Like, weird that these people got through. One person got shot in the neck, and it wasn't like a complete fucking bloodbath. And there's videos of the cops waving people in.
Weird, dude.
So the question I was getting to with who is benefiting from this, that we
News
are
companies.
That's when it
media,
breaks down to me, I go advertising
it's
and news
all
companies
ratings, dude.
Have to be off the fucking
off the charts. It's also
dude. And the social media companies dealing with the
Off the
advertising prices that these news agencies have to get their name on.
Our fucking, like, the more they can hit us in our fields, the more that we can react to something on their platforms, the more information they can get about us, the more intimately they know us.
Yes.
Every time they make us fucking sad or angry and we go to and have a reaction.
Facebook did that.
Facebook does that.
They did it with
every day.
They did an experiment on people where they filled their shit with sad shit, happy shit, and they had total control
imagine
over
that
someone's
kind of power.
psyche.
Imagine that kind of power. It's real, man. Magic's real. Fucking, hypnosis is real. This is, it's.
We have to wake up from that.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what you have to do. And learning a good meditation practice, getting out and
My
chasing
wife's been killing
sunsets.
the meditation game. We've been
That's
also
awesome.
doing some sleep meditations, and they're a choice.
Really?
Although, funny story, had myself a.
Your meditation was awesome yesterday.
Let's do it. Let's do it again. We're the worst human beings. I had a drink by the side of the bed and fell asleep watching great artists. It's going
Bill
through, it's
Truckee.
no, it's just a thing on Amazon Prime that covers like Michelangelo, Leonardo, all the greats, Raphael, and
you watched Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze?
I did. And and so I fall asleep to it. I vaguely remember like waking up and getting a drink, parched, whatever. Wake up, take a drink.
Yeah,
put it
you're a
back
sleep
down,
drinker,
Put it
either.
back down on the nightstand, or so I think. I wake up like 3 hours later, 4 hours later, and I'm wet. I went back to sleep and held the glass like this in my bed.
Why?
Why? Why, bud?
Why are you doing
What's
that?
going on? What are they talking about in the meditation, pal? Maybe the guy's like, now I want you to dump your drink all over yourself, you stupid sleeping idiot.
You pissed your pants and you're like, Missy, I fell asleep with this cup of water in here. I didn't piss all over you.
I'm now the bed where?
She's like, what? You peed on me?
That escalated quickly.
Sorry.
Anyway, so it was kind of weird,
Sorry.
dude. I was balancing a fucking drink on my chest while I was sleeping.
Why?
Because I'm an idiot. I'm a dumb idiot. when
That's
I
what.
sleep.
That's a drunk move, though. I've only done that when I'm hammered, where I'm like, but then it falls and it's like.
Dude, I'm
You ever?
interested in, well,
You ever like when someone's
Can
drunk
they
out
still
of their
sell
mind?
Ambien? Like, while we're
Sure.
fighting for
Yeah.
everybody to have weed, do they still sell an
Yeah,
Ambien?
100%.
Jesus Christ. That's the most dangerous thing America could ever do.
You ever seen like when someone's passed out drunk and you're like, we're gonna make them drink more, and they're passed out, and you just start making them drink beer until they like don't wake up.
No, I've never participated in that.
Me neither.
Okay. Okay. All right, bud.
It sounds stupid. It's a stupid idea.
It is really a dumb idea. Oh, mom dance?
Oh, mom dance? Betty and Judy. Betty and Judy. Betty and Judy. Betty and Judy. Betty?
Yeah.
Don't you dare.
Gee, don't be smirking.
We're gonna bring everyone together. I was watching, you know what I was watching last night? Quantum entanglement.
Me too.
Really?
The Einstein deal?
Yeah.
The Einstein's riddle?
Are you serious?
100%. 100%.
You're shitting me.
Yeah, no doubt. Ended up banging one out to it. My wife, it's a prerequisite now. We're replacing porn entirely with just quantum entanglement talks while we get
How about that picture of them sitting outside the
It's great. Miss and I were talking about how we need to get a blown up picture of that, like the meeting of minds there. Marie Curie was there.
Planck.
Einstein, Planck, Bohr.
Schrodinger.
I'm gonna pull it up.
And
dude, all those minds were fucking.
And we should be in the background like with our nutsacks out. And they're like,
Got him!
that guy was the smartest guy here. He figured it all out. Oh, and that's his little buddy.
Miss said something, kind of cool, and she's like, look at that picture.
The quantum
That's the
entanglement of watching quantum entanglement.
How about that? We were the two things having the opposite. We were the two things having the same reaction.
I still don't get it.
Oh, well, neither do they, bud. Neither do the smartest fucking human beings alive. Like they're trying to fucking.
I was trying to figure it out.
Explain it, but she was like,
So there's still no
that picture. That picture was taken the year the Spanish Society was open. Like the world was just. I was thinking about that just sitting up there the other day, looking out, and I'm like, man, these halls, like 1927. The world was a way different place. It was still like, do we have this many brilliant minds going right now? We can take a picture of them. That would be like known for that. Like,
dude, 1900, they're just fucking figuring out light bulbs and shit. They're like, how do we not use fucking torches?
I'm done with the fucking torches.
I'm done with the fire shit. Like kerosene and shit everywhere. I got kerosene all over the shit all the time.
Stinks of gas.
I stink of gas every night. We got to figure something out. It's amazing how far we've come too. I just don't understand every damn thing they draw of it is like, oh, here's the ball and here's the wave, and then it just ends up at this end. And then if you take two sets of dice and keep rolling them, they roll. Like, I need an example. What the fuck are you talking about? And to understand how atoms, how small they are, because you're like, they're pretty small. They're like, super tiny, small. No, you got to remember how fucking small these things are.
Oh.
When they talk about a soccer ball, to see them, the soccer ball would have to be the size of the earth, bud, for you to be able to see them visibly. So that's how tiny we're talking here. Tiny talk. This is tiny talk.
This is real tiny talk.
This is real tiny talk.
Real tiny talk.
Wish we had a thing that made our voices sound like this.
Bobby's World?
Yeah,
Remember Bobby's
dad,
World?
My dad voiced it. Howie Mandel.
Is your dad?
It's Bobby's World.
My dad and Howie Mandel have a strikingly similar look to them. Like they could do like a Prince and a Pauper.
Oh, they actually
They could do a
do.
Prince and a Pauper thing, especially when they were both doing goats. Should I go with a goat? Should I bring back the goat? Does anybody still do a goat?
You bring it back, bud.
Imagine it.
Dude, that just reminds me like
Imagine it.
1997. Like
That's
all the
what I'm-
dads.
That's what I told.
All the dads were like, all of a sudden, overnight.
Fucking goat
like,
time.
You want to know what would be real badass, bud?
If we all went goat.
Because my pop always wore a nice, hearty mustache.
Mine too.
Right?
Who was the first guy to make the goat popular?
Well, here's the deal. And then I remember it was like 98. All of a sudden,
All
dad
the
came
dads.
in looking like a fucking biker, dude. I'm like, who's this big dick daddy from Cincinnati? Oh.
It's my daddy.
It's my daddy, literally.
Who's this big dick daddy from Cincinnati? He's mine. That's my daddy.
We're so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Steve been giggling like Beavis and Butthead since I got here. I'm having a good time. It's Friday. 1/1,000,000th of a human hair. Doesn't even make sense.
What's 1/1,000,000th?
Doesn't even make sense. An atom. What's the difference between an atom and a molecule?
Molecule's a weird name.
That's fun. That's a fun thing he did there. Atom versus molecule. Atoms are single neutron particles. Molecules are neutral particles made of 2 or more atoms. Okay. An ion is a positive. This is all shit I've learned before. That's probably part of the problem. I don't remember much of this shit. I do, actually. I loved science, man. Science is great.
Science is fucking
Science
awesome.
is so great. When are we going to have another meeting of the minds like that?
Well, that's what I'm getting at. It's
Were you?
Yeah, I was. I said, do we have a collection of like these great thinkers
Do we?
that we revere? I mean, I'm sure the science community is
Yes.
like, yeah, dickhead.
Yeah.
There's like a
Yeah.
bunch of them. We're gonna be talking about your kids are gonna talk about them like they're gods. They're there, but you're too busy watching fucking
Kardashian's butts.
the animate, dude. I'm gonna fucking play it on this show. That Animaniacs cut. They pushed me down and maced me. Animaniacs. Dude. I don't know, man.
Do you not know?
I don't know, bud.
What do you know?
Who are these? Who are the people figuring the crazy shit out?
Aubrey Marcus, Duncan Trussell, Joe Rogan, Joe Dispenza.
I love you.
Joe Dispenza.
I love you and I love them. They're not fucking Niels Bohr, you know?
I'm with that. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, who would I like to get in a room and just kind of have some different
meeting of the
discussions
minds?
about?
Sure.
I mean, we got guys. We got guys.
We got guys.
What about Carhart Harris?
Oh, I mean that would be awesome. We got
Nassim Haramein.
Last night I made a playlist on.
You want me to keep going?
Put it on YouTube, on our channel, on the Mycelial Media channel. Yeah, I put the it's 9 different parts, so I think they got one missing part there, but I put basically 9 parts from the Michigan psychedelic seminar that we went to. They got it all clipped down into each individual talk, and threw it on there so that we can start getting people, because I feel like if you want, when people are like, show me the science.
Is your question on there?
I don't know. Maybe Ketchum Preller's on there, so maybe.
Mr. Round of Applause.
Ketchum Preller's on there, so probably. I don't know if you can hear me though. Maybe you can.
Of course you can. You're talking in the microphone.
Oh yeah.
And you're like,
I just shit myself. But I was just thinking that if you give patients Ketanserin, would that stop a trip?
Animani.
Totally insane. I shit my pants in Michigan. Animani.
No, it didn't have the same ring. Did not have the same ring. Did not have the same ring to it.
I just want to tell the stories through song.
Okay. Guys, we love you. We're gonna go to our last break. See you later. You ready?
Yes,
Go to
sir.
the last break.
Yeah. See you later.
Carlton. Insurance. 31314 and some. Amazing. Astonishing. Astounding. Fabulous. Incredible. Fantastical. Phenomenal. Prodigious. Stupendous. Unbelievable. Wondrous. Divine. Fantastical. No, seriously, he's fantastical. You got a house. Go on and get it insured. You got a car. You gotta get it insured. You got a life. Go on and get it insured. CarltonInsurance.net. Fantastical. Stupendous. Fantastic.
Hey, boys and girls, I'm talking about native hemp extract. That CBD.
That CBD.
Get inside of me.
Inside of me.
That CBD.
That CBD.
Sweet delicious CBD. That CBD.
That CBD.
Got the CBD. CBD native hemp. That CBD.
That CBD.
You can get it from me.
I can.
That CBD.
That CBD.
Inside of me.
Inside of me.
That CBD.
That CBD.
Get inside of me.
Inside of me.
Get inside of me.
Inside of me.
Inside of me.
Inside of me.
No. Inside of me.
Inside of me.
Inside of me.
Native hemp extract. 1,800 milligrams of total cannabinoid goodness from Pike County, Illinois. Get yours at HoosierSophisticate.com.
I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Wanted poster looking like me. Checking the swamp man for a pretty girl. Being an outlaw in an outlaw world. Hey, I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Wanted poster looking like me. Walking my hound dog, surfing that swamp. Catching crow that do the sweetly stomp. Everybody do the sweetly stomp. It's a stomp. It's a wiggle, turn around, a little tickle. It's a stomp, move your feet, head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf.
Dude, man, get on down to Sweet Leaf Emporium and do that Sweet Leaf stomp, man.
James Carlton. James Carlton. James Carlton. You gotta get your insurance. Gotta get that State Farm insurance.
You think you found the best insurance agent in the game? Well, I got news for you. I did, and it's James Carlton. State Farm. CarltonInsurance.net.
961 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Welcome back. Hoosier Sophisticate Show, Hour 3. It's Friday.
Guys, it's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show.
Steve's coming. He's on his way. Welcome back. We're on one today. I'm not really sure what all we're talking about. We're talking about a lot of it.
It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show.
What's going on here? I was trying to figure out.
Oh, I got an idea, bud.
What's your idea, Paolo?
What if we did a Hoosier album? So if anybody has an idea for a show or a song or anything they want to contribute to the Hoosier album, spoken word, whatever it may be, you can come up here. We'll help you record everything because we're going to have this all mixed down by the end of the day, right?
I hope so,
Right?
yeah, sure.
Right? Mixed right?
Figure it out,
Well, I'm
music
here
man.
now. So.
Yeah, figure it out, music man.
And that's what I want to do this year. We can bring a little something out of the frequency of the winds above us, brother, and we can take a few little pinches out of the cosmic salt and sprinkle it all over each other, bud.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
So do you think people? I mean, if your song sucks, save it. You know
Yeah,
what I
we'll
mean?
tell you. Like
I will be your
I guess
harshest critic.
Maybe that's the deal. Maybe we just let people know, like, you know, we're going to keep encouraging you to make it better.
So don't be scared.
As we clearly do, right?
Don't
Like,
be scared.
I feel like we're just
Constantly being better. Constantly perfecting our craft. Which, you
What's
know.
up, John Matthews? How's your pee-pee doing, bud?
How's your little pee-pee?
How's your pee-pee, John?
John's pee-pee got a little pee-pee. John, little pee-pee got a little pee-pee. See, this is what we're talking about. We're always
just getting better. Just getting better.
You don't understand.
Dave and I have 100% have 2 songs to contribute. Let's go.
Okay. Originals only.
They can make an
original. I know they can.
They
Just putting it out there.
shall.
So this place is going to be the spot where we do some cool stuff, man.
Okay.
Like I can't.
I do
can
like
you
the
believe?
idea of a Hoosier cover album too, though.
Can you? Oh, that'd be fun.
That'd be real fun.
But can you believe like what has happened, like with all of this shit, dude? Like from the H6 to now this mixing board.
No, I'm. Can
to
I?
this
Yes.
table.
I.
What do you attribute it to?
Actual human connection. Because when it started out and we were just kind of I don't think that we've ever been just a digital content creators. I think that we've been some dudes that kind of wanted a way to remind all of their family and friends that they loved of kind of all the great shit that's going on and all of the change that we can actually affect. And so when that, when that happened, I feel like I started seeing at real events like people that wanted to help manifest something great. And that started to just be ever more present in our lives. We were invited or found ourselves in situations where we were having conversations with the people that conversations needed to be had with and people needed to know about. With that, they kind of come into the fold, into the family. They bring all their best people that kind of they know are kind of marching to the kind of the same beat of the same drum. And all of a sudden, like a community of people that truly care for one another is really powerful, moving in the same direction. And so when we fucking call the banners, when we rally the troops, that looks like major charity and empathy. Sometimes someone will just come in our group and just fucking. You can tell when somebody's looking to be engaged in a way that fucking triggers that thing that Facebook fucking preys on. Like you can tell when somebody comes in here and says, "I'm fucked up, fuck all of you," and some of my favorite shit is to watch like the hive swarm and be like, "You doing okay, dude?" Like like
it's become the first.
If there's
question, like,
something you can get off your chest, I'm here to let you fucking blow some steam. And then all of a sudden watch those people like immediately soften. Sometimes they double down.
Good.
And
Good
then
for you.
yeah, and then
we got to learn too how to love people through doubling down.
No doubt. And and then it becomes a battle of resilience. Right? And
how resilient are you?
Love's undefeated. I think. I don't know.
Love gets beat all the time.
Think so?
I know so. I think love gets
maybe in like the short sets.
Yes.
Yeah.
But love is always going to come back. That's the unconditional part of love.
Sure. Yeah.
You can
So,
punch
it wins
me
the game.
in. Yes. The game's forever going on though.
Yeah,
so I
there's
don't know.
rounds. I mean, there's rounds. You give fucking hate rounds. You give fear rounds.
No doubt.
But love usually comes back stronger. Yeah. And at the end of it, if you were to ever just kind of cut it off, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's to be determined, huh?
Always.
It's to be determined.
Always, especially in your short little life. You get to choose too whether you want to go with that side of love or whether you want to go with the side of fear and anger. And we have been taught a lot of that. And how much are you being manipulated into these feelings? That's the question you have to ask yourself, kind of tying back into everything. How much am I being manipulated into feeling these things? Because we have some of the most powerful people I've ever met in my life in our group. And the way we've cultivated this group, that when you meet new friends, you meet them, and the way you've met friends through school, it's kind of like, hey, we're in the same school, we're buddies, we kind of get this. We have actively put intention into finding people, find the others, find the people who want to have an open mind, who want to explore new things. What do we got?
Love got beat with that Pocahontas hating, bro.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Every once in a while, it's fucking like, nope, 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 nope. If you think that's what the fucking deal is, you're wrong. You're wrong.
And the hard part there is, I mean, that was me.
See, the thing with that one, though, is that it was me.
Yeah. And so everybody gets their turn. Everybody gets their turn on the carousel.
No doubt.
And I did take it down. I took it down because people I love said, it was funny, but it was mean funny.
Yeah.
And it didn't make me feel good to laugh at it. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm lacking awareness here.
Yeah, we're figuring that shit out, too.
I'm lacking awareness here. I will take it down.
Because I say
but also
shit to people.
But also there's still that part that's like, yeah, but like my buddy's busting his dick right now to help fucking some people he doesn't even know for a charity that has not. I need you to fucking go somewhere else and stop making this about you.
Yeah.
I need you to do that. And right now, he doesn't have the time nor the energy to engage with this.
It
And
helped
I
me,
just
though.
feel like as a guy who's driving across the state few times, I got a little time on my hands. I'll engage you. Take a fucking hike. Go somewhere else. And I really I felt justified. And I'm like, fucking don't come at my guy. Don't come at my fucking guy. But also, my guy's like, I don't feel so good. I'm like, all right, I did it the wrong way. I get it. I'll take it down.
I
had to get the poison out.
I was livid at that shit, too, for about the first couple hours. But then talking to the person and figuring it out and saying, yeah, dude, I am insensitive sometimes. I'll be the first to admit it. I got to realize that not everybody is as callous and fucking, carefree about how fucking the things they get said to them are. Because I'm like, what did you say to me? I grew up playing football in the back of Blow school. Okay?
Mhm.
Like the things you say to me,
Right.
I can't really do shit. But the things
You
I can
can't
say
hurt
to
me.
people, I know they can. Words fucking hurt sometimes, man. And I can't take everybody as being as fucking hard as I am. Because I still hear things. I'm like, oh, that hurt. But that's my resiliency. That's my word of the year. That's where I want to say, oh no, I just never give up. If there's one thing you know about this dude is that he's never gonna give up. Like if you can pin me, peg me for two things, but peg me, and then peg me for being the most resilient dude. Like no, he just doesn't give up. And I haven't had the hardest go, but I will try to help inspire people or help people go through their times that are tough. And that's where we come with that
100%.
human connection where someone says, hey man, fuck you, this is a cry for help. Fuck you, man, it's a cry for help. Help me, help.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh no, I see that, rather than saying, hey man, fuck you. And they're like, oh, guess what? I got no time for that shit either. Fuck you, motherfucker. All right, well now we're devolving.
Right.
How can you make the situation that became kind of a mantra for me? Can I turn this tense, awful situation into something that both parties are like, this fucking idiot?
Right.
Like that's what I did with my parents my whole fucking life. If they were angry at each other, I was like, hey, look at this guy. Whoa, I fell over. Nyuk, nyuk,
Right.
nyuk, nyuk, nyuk. And both of them eventually would say, what the fuck is this guy? They would look at each other and go, look at our guy.
Look what we made.
Look at this fucking
Look
guy.
what we fucking made.
Jesus Christ, what did we do? And it would bring them together, for that moment, they had a similar path. You couldn't find two people who were more different on the face of the earth, but for one moment, they were either laughing at the same thing
Sure.
or going, oh my God.
Yeah, I get it.
We've raised a heathen child, and I'm addicted to that shit, man.
I'm addicted to bringing people who are different together. Because when I say find the others, sometimes it's like, I got to find people who are exactly like me.
No.
I got to find the people who are exactly like me.
I need to find the Dan Hendricksons of the world. I need to find the Nathan Forbushes of the world. There are freak show talents in
That's
our
what I'm
group.
saying, the
that are
power,
hiding,
buddy.
That are hiding. People that have figured
Don't hide.
something out.
Don't hide.
They might not have it all figured out, but they figured a couple things out, and they figured them out real well. Bright humans that we don't agree on everything about. That's the fucking best part of it. Is like they make me want to hear a different idea.
It.
They make me want to hear different ideas. That's the idea. Be compelling. Don't coerce people. Compel people.
Yep.
You know, and you compel people through sharing your magic. You know? So
That's what inspires people. That's what you see the look in people's eyes when you do something that's a fucking that you've put a lot of passion into. It's something innate in humans that they look at each other and go, motherfucker, this guy has been trying and working and doing his damnedest. Whatever he's doing, fucking respect, man. Respect. And then you get some people who are so self-absorbed but eventually the self-absorbed people hit a wall in their life where they have to go, well, what's real? What's really going on? What is my purpose? What is the function of me as a human being? And you find out that it's to live in harmony with the people around you. Mm-hmm. And even if it's not, as long as you're not impeding on someone's ability to live in harmony on their own, fucking great. I also think there's a part of society that's probably like this caveman DNA that's like, I need to fucking battle. And that's where I want to come up with like rituals that's like, yeah, that circus, fucking Maximus or whatever that fucking sport is.
Yeah.
Let's do that in our town.
I love that.
Let's do that. Let's do that every once in a while. That way we can get the fucking poison out. We talk about it all the time. Yeah, there's some shit in here that pisses me off, and I can't just keep
Calcio Storco.
Yes. There's some shit going on inside of me that I don't know how to, and especially when you're 16 to 22 as a fucking male, you're just like, oh man, I gotta fucking get it, and we're all learning things. If we can learn to fucking accept each other for our shit and say, yeah, that's not my jam, but I'm gonna be damned. It's like the football talk we had yesterday. Football is not my jam, but I'll fight for someone to be able to experience the glory of like winning a championship. Like that elation.
Look, you can tell.
I'm with that shit, man. I'll never want to take that from you.
It's very clear. You can tell if somebody has played competitive sport.
Team
sport. If they've been on a team sport. That comes through people in a big way, you know. And you can also tell if they've been like really competitive in individual sport. Typically like way high discipline people. Super high discipline people if they were competitive in individual sport. And they march a little differently, you know. For sure. They march a little bit more in cadence. I don't know where I was going with that, but
we have as people, we look at someone, we watch those videos online of people who have mastered. We tried to answer the question, what's a world-class musician? What does world-class mean? Because when we talk about it in the group, we'll be like, man, that motherfucker's a world-class musician. And then I start to think, well, are we throwing around the term world-class too much? And maybe savant and world-class is a separation of its own. But when I always thought of world-class, I was like, there's a bunch of people here, and then there's a bunch of people way down here. Not many people in the middle. You realize that someone who's taken the time, the passion to learn an instrument, they're on this grand spectrum of like, yeah, maybe they're not Jimi Hendrix learning a new style, bringing it to light, playing differently. Okay, that's probably world class if you want to Hall of Fame, whatever you want to quantify that as.
Right.
But we have so many people that are just, I'm just trying to fucking make it every day. I pick up my guitar every once in a while. Like hearing your brother play, hearing Heather and Nathan sing, I'm getting a full body reaction of their voices melding together,
the thoughts in my head of, man, he's worked so hard to figure this out. I remember when he sounded like this, when they sounded like, now they're sounding like this. They've been putting in the time and the work and the effort, and I see you.
Yep.
It's the Avatar shit of, I see you.
Yeah.
What else do you want? What else do you need? I see you. And we build these groups around us that, we got our core, we got our other, outer core. But if you hold time and space for everybody, you're going to, and I'm not saying like in a grand scheme of things, you can't have like 1 million friends and be like, oh, because I've gotten to that point where I'm like, I don't spend enough time with all my friends. It's like, dude,
Right.
I don't know if you can. Like, you gotta create some events where you can spend time with 5 minutes, 10 minutes with each of them, just in a fucking deep little conversation. Just see what their fucking passions are at the moment.
No
See
doubt.
what they're going through. Say, I get you. I understand. Like, I think Woody Harrelson, or no, it was Matthew McConaughey saying he was talking to that shaman on Aubrey Marcus's podcast where he walked around for, 6 hours and just was telling them
He was
every
walking
problem.
with a Franciscan monk.
A monk.
He went to
That's
he
right.
went to a monastery out in the middle of the desert. Yeah. Right when he was getting famous. It
Yes,
was like right
yes.
after A Time to Kill.
Yep.
And so he started, getting job offers. Success was really starting to
Find his way.
yeah,
into his
pour
kitchen.
in, and he's having an existential reckoning, trying to figure out what all this means. Goes on a walkabout. And dude, this is why I've always loved this cat. Like, I get it. Like, people think it's fucking cheesy. Like, I dig
It is, but I love
fucking
it.
dig this.
We're
dude,
cheesy.
'cause I get it. Guess what? I fucking did the same. I had an existential reckoning, and plant medicine fucking changed my fucking worldview.
What'd the monk say at the end of him telling them?
Talked to him for 6 hours on a walkabout, crying his eyes out, cursing about everything that was
All the
just
problems
dumping,
he has in his life.
purging. And at the end of 6 hours, the monk looks at him. Hadn't said a word the entire time. They just walked as he talked the whole time. And at the end of 6 hours, the monks look at him and he just says, "Me too." That's the deal. That's the fucking deal, bro.
I overcomplicate things sometimes.
Sure.
I think we all have a tendency
100%.
to.
It's all we're we all complicate our. I was thinking. Go ahead. I didn't want to cut you.
No, that's exactly what I was saying. I overcomplicate
The
things.
idea is, like, I just had this idea the other day, like this push for more. It's like it is. That to me, when I think about Bible stories, talk about Jonah and the whale, I think about them metaphorically, and everything to me, when I get down to it, when I get connected, just seems like a Tower of Babel. Everything that we kind of complicate our lives with to add more to our lives just seems like something that eventually I gotta fucking knock down and get back to the ground. And I think it should be a part of our our routine, our circadian routine. Find a fucking schedule. I've said it before on the show, like, find time for yourself. Make a date or 2 or 4 for yourself throughout the year where it's you and your brain and your heart, whatever it is you want to work on, your thoughts, no distractions, no responsibilities. And you can choose to, try and do that with medicine or just do it with meditation or breathing, whatever you choose. Maybe it's in a float tank. You make a whole day of pampering yourself. Make a day where you treat yourself with the respect that you kind of you want out of other people. So how are you going to get it if you don't hold yourself in this? And this is like my fucking thing. I got to work on this year. It's like I got to care a little bit more about the vessel, right? People say it all the time, but like I got to care a little bit more about the vessel. I am getting older. Things do. Like when I would hear people say, "Oh man, it's a bitch getting older."
I laughed at those people.
I still kind of do, right? Because like I don't want to find myself saying, but like on the inside, I'm like, oh, I do have a fucking busted up knee, and I am moving slower.
Dude, I tried to sprint from a dead stop the other day, and my ankle was like,
yeah, what are you doing, idiot?
fell off the fuck. I slipped off the porch fucking last year and snapped my ankle, dude. That was a longer recovery than my fucking blown out fucking wheel. That is ankle shit. I feel. I mean,
high ankle sprains don't really ever
Oh, dude,
heal
there
correctly.
was a pop that happened. I don't have insurance. So there was a pop that happened that sounded like halfway through my wedding, like the fucking fireworks.
Oh,
Dude,
God
it was
damn it.
fucking kablow! And I just laid there and like I guess I was just beating the earth at this point, like screaming into the frozen ground. And my wife like looks out the window and she's like, "Are you okay?"
Fine.
Feel a lot better than this ground is right now.
Your hand's broken too. Mangled.
Just mangled. Where was I going?
Where are any of us?
Where are any of us going, bud?
The monk.
Oh,
saying-
so just taking care. Like, I want to focus on the vessel a little bit more, but like, we got to make time to fucking treat ourselves with the respect and the dignity and the love that we deserve in our own way. Loving ourselves the only way we know how, and getting in there and fucking being like, and just it's spring cleaning. Get in there, fucking dust out the cobwebs, clean out some fucking corners, clear your space, get some energy moving through there.
To be happy.
It'll be a lot easier to get back to whatever it is that you're doing to make it like you gotta fucking make some time, otherwise it just beats you down.
To be happy, you got to believe you deserve happiness. To believe you deserve happiness, you kind of have to do things for yourself that make happiness, whatever that may be for you, a real thing. So you can start pumping those good chemicals into your body, baby. Let's start pumping those chemicals.
I'm into it.
And when you're hanging around people who are helping you pump those chemicals into your body, or at least raising the energy of the place that you are at, that if you can consistently do that and put intention to that, because I'm not saying anything new. I watched that Maui Jimi Hendrix concert a couple times now, which if you haven't seen Jimi Hendrix live from Maui.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
So cool. I think it just got remastered not too long ago, and the video quality is amazing. It's a beautiful backdrop, and it's all these hippies out there. And he's like, hey, man, if we can come out and we can all kind of raise our vibrational energy, man, and Jimmy will pick up on that, and we'll get one of the best shows we've ever had, you know, like, I'm like, this motherfucker,
he's on one.
This motherfucker's spitting. This motherfucker's spitting right now. Like, it's not something that is a new story to be told. I gotta quit in my own world saying, you're doing something new. You're doing something new. I'm already doing something new by being. By just being and doing this show and saying weird stuff that when I re-listen to the show, I'm like, oh, I said that? That was pretty funny. That's all I'm trying to do.
Sometimes I go, oh, I said that?
Yeah. I get a lot of that, a lot more of that. But sometimes I'm like, funny guy.
Yeah.
If I can focus more on that aspect of my life of not having to, I want to create new things. But this isn't reinventing the wheel, bud. We're getting good people together. I feel like there's a veil over me and my group of friends. It's like we can't really actualize our own power because we don't really believe it too much. And I know there are people in the group that they do, but maybe it's my perception that I'm like, I'm not sure if I buy into it as much. I want to, and I say the words every day, and I do believe it, but how much do you believe it if you're not putting it in practice every day of your life? And the balance between trying to live this perfect life and also giving yourself the room to not be perfect, you know, so you're not always hard, like, I didn't eat right today, I didn't meditate today, I didn't do yoga today. the balance between that and saying, oh, you didn't do yoga today, you're good, bud. Oh, you didn't meditate today, fine, whatever, you'll do it tomorrow. Where is the balance there? And is that a balance thing, or do you just become some sort of maniac? And that's probably not even the right word for it, but like David Goggins-esque fortitude, resilience. Like, that was one of my favorite parts in Warrior. The two guys' resiliency was unlike anybody's other. They're like, oh, you wake me up at 4 a.m. and it's 3 degrees, I'm going to go out and run, because that's what I do.
That's what I do. Dude, my wedding. Adam Meredith, our buddy, Outside Perspective podcast, that fucking hill that goes down to the river, that dude's out there at 6 a.m. running fucking hills, just dumping sweat. I'm like, bud, you doing all right? He's like, I've never been better. Like, that dude is bought in.
God, I gotta hang out with him.
He's so, dude. He looked like fucking, what is, was he Maui? Was Maui fucking The Rock? And that's what the guy's fucking, he's yoked, pal. Oh, he's yoked. Check out Outside Perspective podcast. Big Adam Meredith.
I'm a huge Adam
Meredith fan. We had a
huge
scheduled sit down, didn't work out.
Yeah,
we
what
need
the
to
shit?
get that back on the books.
Now we got it, bud. Let's invite him here and flaunt our opulence.
I like where your head's at.
I see they did hang a light on us.
They did, and actually, it's pretty cool. Do you wanna get a little intimate with them?
Oh, please, yes. Please, yes. Of course I do. Hey, guys, let's get a little intimate. Everybody come up to Festus and see my dream. If you guys want to see my dream come to reality, then you'll come up to Festus. It's the weekend. It's Friday. Come up to Festus. What did that do? Darkened everything in the bag. That's the play, bud. That's the play of plays, bud.
It's time to get serious with one another, bud.
I mean, it seems to be a little much how much you had to do to get us here. Yeah. Like, it should probably be like a one button.
Well, it is a one button thing. I'm just kind of a geek.
I can't get it. I gotta look at it on the screen.
You gotta see it on the screen, dude.
How do you guys like with the lights? Oh, let me see.
You like that? You like that, boy?
I do. What? No. Yes, there I was in the park.
Okay.
Pack of wild dogs surrounded me. So I made eyes with the leader, the lead dog, and he looked right back at me. And I swear, he gave a yelp like I never heard before. And I locked eyes with that bastard. And I said, no, mentally. I said, no, sir, no, sir. And he said, oh, you wanna? Yeah, I could just feel it. He said, you wanna? And then next thing I know, I had a mongrel jumping up my backside. So what I did is I threw an elbow right in his gut. And as he took the elbow, his head come down like this. And I grabbed both. He's trying to bite me right. The other dogs are just watching. I take these dogs' jaws, and it's trying to bite my hands. And I said, no. I ripped them. I ripped.
You pulled his head.
I ripped his jaw.
I was hoping you would say that.
I ripped his jaw in half. Ripped his head in two. So then I look back at that lead alpha dog, and he makes eyes with me again. And I said, is that all you got? I didn't say it with words. I said it with my soul. And he looked back at me, and he goes, which I thought was a weird noise to be making. And then he sent 2 dogs after me.
I gotta rip four mandibles apart.
Well, I'm about to tell you. serious. I am seriously about to tell you. So he sends 2 dogs over me, right? So they do the same damn thing. That's the thing about dogs in the wild. Wild dogs have a tendency to do the same damn thing whenever they're trying to get you. It's like they got a game plan and they want your neck. So I get 2 dogs, mongrels, flying up the back side of me. I grabbed them both by the first elbows. Elbow. Then I grabbed their heads and I flipped them down on the ground. But instead of flipping them down so they was trying to bite me, right, I jumped in the air. I jumped in the air. And I put their heads on the ground, right? So now I'm standing on their lower jaws. And what do I... And what...
played out exactly how I thought
And what I do is I grab the top of their jaws in the snouts, and to these, you gotta lock these in. You gotta have strong pinky to thumb grip. So you put them on there, and I ripped their heads in half. And then I made eyes with that lead dog again. And he looked back at me and he's like, oh my God. You're a maniac. That's what he said with his eyes. And then he sent 3 dogs at me. I'm just kidding. I like the lighting. I really enjoyed the lighting. I enjoy this lighting. That's fun. Because you can kind of get all
That was the whole
down.
idea. It was to tell a story, you know? You gotta scoot over and light a little bit more.
No, I don't. No, I
You
do
like to be in the
not.
shadows, do you?
I'm in the shadows.
You wanna light this thing up, sing him a song? Or should we do him a low
Light
light?
'em up and
Should we do a
sing
low
'em
light
a
song?
Light 'em up. We'll do a low light.
Tell you what, you gonna amp up, Jack?
Should I?
I've been warming up. We can do anything. Take a look.
Can do
Take a look. It's in a book. Oh, real quick, ever rolled your ankle trying to do a big gnarly heel flip over a trash can off a set of stairs, bro?
Is that one guy?
Devin LaValle,
Is that
69.
I hate that guy.
Well, now you're gonna. Are you standing? Because I'm gonna change this up, Hallow.
I'm gonna stand. Oh yeah, you gotta probably move the zoom the camera out. I'll do that. Can you turn it to audio?
I can.
We need a guy. Why don't we have a person to do it? Where's Devin?
Where is Devin?
Where's Devin? Devin Lancashire. Devin Lancashire. It's Friday. I'm gonna do it to him. Guys, thanks for enjoying the show with us. I had a lot of fun today.
Ton of fun.
I really did. Yeah? That's why I thought low light.
Okay. All right, Hallow.
Yeah.
All right. I'm with you.
I need a guy to do this. Tell them about our sponsors.
Guys, we have sponsors. Those sponsors include, in no particular order except, favorite to least favorite, Denison Collard with native hemp extract is somewhere in the middle of the pack. If you go to nativehempextract.com or HoosierSophisticate.com and click on the Native Hemp Extract tab, you enter code HOSO, you can get the best CBD, CBG products, D8 products. You're going to find anywhere. You're going to get them mailed directly to your door, except for a few states. A handful of states can't do it. Take it up. Write your congressman. I don't know. Native Hemp Extract is my favorite hemp product, hemp-derived product in the game. So good. I also love the guy who makes it for you. So go to nativehempextract.com, enter code HOSO at checkout, and get you a nice little discount, okay? Adam Bundrum wants to talk to you. Oh, he's like last. James Carlton State Farm. Probably number one. Only because if I don't say it, I'm a goner. James Carlton State Farm, 314-961-4800. Give him a shot at your insurance. And what he's going to do, he's going to save you some money. He's going to get you better coverage. Your life's going to be better for working with the James Carlton State Farm team. He's in Missouri and Illinois. Check him out. He can help you out. He can even help you refi your house if you want. Aight? Adam Bundren Property Group. They want to help you buy your dream home. The home where you're going to raise your children and your grandchildren will play in the backyard. Adam Bundren wants to help you out. Okay? Call him in the middle of the night. Say, I'm thinking I want to talk Victorian to you tonight. Because he's into that. The Victorian were a kinky lot. Call Adam Bundren in the middle of the night. He wants to sell you a house. Bo knows how to grow. Bo knows how to grow hydro. Bo knows pretty much everything there is to know about growing. Okay? Go down to Grow Active Solutions. It's on Hartford and Tower Grove South. He's got all your nutrients, soil, grow setups. He's an awesome dude. He's very knowledgeable. I've had people say many times, like after our little evolution series with him, that dude knows his stuff. Like he's an easy listen.
I'm starting to get it all now too, because when I first listened, I was like, "Fuck, man, this is a lot of info."
Sure.
But now it's all making sense.
Starting to click. That's awesome.
Process, dude.
That is awesome.
First time Cultivators Cup too. We're gonna get grows packages hopefully down to about $350 for a starter.
To get started up, growing.
Just like a 3x3, a light.
Well, let's figure it out. We'll figure it out.
A fan.
The World Series, Hoosier Sophisticate World Series of Weed. We're going to set up the rules here. It's going to be on March 1st is when it's going to start. We'll figure out how many days. That way we can. It might cancel out certain cultivars if we are. You're tied in. What are you doing here, bub? Okay. Well, you're just plugged into my mic right now. With your guitar. Oh, I'm looped around it. Never mind. All right. I was trying to figure out how that was working.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're all around.
Spanish Society outreach, man.
Yeah, they do things.
We're trying to help people out, real people that we all know and love. Anytime we have a fundraiser or a party, Spanish Society is happy to help facilitate it. And they're great, and I love working with them, and I love having our gatherings there. Feels like home. Other than that, let's sing them a little ditty about Jack and Diane. Just kidding. I ain't singing that one. No.
This is a good one. Just sit back to Friday, chill out. Get into it, man. All right? Sure. All right, buddy.
When my body won't hold me anymore, and it finally lets me free, will I be ready? When my feet won't walk another mile, and my lips give their last kiss goodbye, will my hands be steady
down my fears, my hopes and my doubts, the rings on my fingers and the keys to my house, with no hard feelings. When the sun hangs low in the west and the line in my chest won't be kept held at bay any longer, when the jealousy fades away and it's ash and dust for cash and lust, and it's just hallelujah, love in the thoughts, love in the words, love in the songs they sing in the church, and no hard feelings. Lord knows they haven't done much good for anyone. They kept me afraid to go. So much to have and hold. When my body won't hold me anymore and it finally lets me free, where will I go? Will the trade winds take me south through Georgia grain or tropical rain or snow from the heavens? Will I join with the ocean blue or run into the Savior true? Shake hands laughing, walk through the night, straight to the light, holding the love I've known in my life, and no hard feelings. Lord knows they haven't done much good for anyone. Kept me afraid to go. So much to have and hold. Under the perfect sky, I'm finally learning why matters for me and you, to say it and mean it too. Life and its loneliness and all of its ugliness. I have no enemies. I have no enemies. I have no enemies. I have no enemies. Cowabunga.
We did another show Friday. Go out and live, baby!